Hello everyone and welcome to, well, where it all begins again, wasn't it? Way back in 1950, wasn't it, where we started the Formula 1 journey for the first ever Formula 1 race, wasn't it? Goodness me. I gotta say, even I wasn't born way back then, was I? Gosh, they set up black and white TVs and all that kind of jazz, and now look at us, we're in full colour for the British Grand Prix, and this is also round 12, and we are now over half distance of the season 4 of ALR Gold. And I gotta say, it's this season has been a cracker, hasn't it? It really has. It's been ups and downs. We've been it's been leaning towards one way, then the other, and then it's swung back around once again, hasn't it? Of course, the current championship leader, Emerson, who unfortunately in race trim has not completed a single lap around here in the last 2 seasons, has he? And this season, just to rub salt into the wound, he hasn't. He's had, of course, more DNFs this season than he has combined in the last 2. So yeah, it's not been a very it's been a bit brutal, hasn't it, for Emerson? As of course, I love to see all you guys coming in the comments there straight away. Absolutely fantastic. 18 turns around this 3.6 mile circuit. It's quite a long old one, isn't it? That record is actually held by Lewis Hamilton for the official charts, but what about the ALR charts? I hear you're asking, crying in the old I hear you crying from the other side of the screen. Well, it's Nigel who's got the fastest ever lap in ALR in race trim anyway, and it's actually 2/10 of a second, no, then it's 2 seconds slower than Lewis Hamilton. So Nigel's done a 1:29.563 so far, isn't it? Which is in race trim. The all-time lap record was set by Dan Lutonen, which was way back in season 2, I believe, wasn't it? No, it isn't. I apologise. It was actually by Storm, who only had a couple of races with us. 1:26.346. Is that going to be broken here tonight? Well, let's find out, shall we? Let's quickly take a look at the comments, shall we? Granty, hello, my sweetheart. I hope you are well and had a great week. Indeed, I have. And also, I'm off all next week as well, so I'm loving life. We've also got LH44. Hey, shalom. Hello, everyone. Hello. Jonathan Cox, good evening, Sean. Hello, Jonathan. LH44 said, come on, Jono. Of course, Jonathan created history last time out, didn't he? With his 10th pole position of his career. And the only man in ALR history to have to go into double figures in gold. We've also got Gordo saying, hello, everyone. Gunnar saying, morning, everyone. As I have a feeling that Gunnar has only just got up, hasn't he? Rise and shine, Gunnar. I hope you're ready for this one. This is going to be a cracker. Gordo saying, I hate Silverstone and I'm in gold, and this can only end badly. Brandon saying, evening, Sean. We've also got Tango saying, hello, good evening, Tango. Of course, the latest member of ALR, and it's great to have him along with us, isn't it? And hopefully he enjoys himself as well tonight. We've also got Grant saying, buzzer mate, enjoy your week off. Oh, indeed I will. I'll be doing a lot of lazing about there, which I normally do anyway. Anyway, of course, we're into qualifying one now, as the track map is on the right hand side then. It's very unique, isn't it? Of course, there's a lot of modifications on this circuit way back in 2011, I think it was. And then I think it was 2011, wasn't it? Or 2010. I think they actually raced on this track for the first time, this configuration, I should say. And then 2011 is actually when they started from the new pit lane complex, isn't it? We've only got 16 cars out there, unfortunately, here tonight. Then, so there's going to be someone taking the walk of shame. We've got a lot of reserve drivers in as well tonight. As I'm not sure what's going on, but it doesn't seem to. Many people seem to be too. Seem to be a bit busy at the moment as well, but it's good to see that we have a lot of new faces actually here tonight. We'll talk about all of them in the coming hour or so as well in this qualifying performances. Indeed, good stuff there. Mr. Elite, hello Sean, good evening Mr. Elite. It's unusual to see Mr. Elite in the comments there, so it's great to see him there. And of course there's Jonathan is going to be absolutely ecstatic because it's dry. Of course we are at the home of British Motorsport, and of course we are at the and you know what that means, it's Britain, and there's usually a lot of rain, but there is no rain according to Jonathan there. My Ted Crouch's down the pit lane, so that is only good news for us and for me and you and everyone on the circuit as well. I was just watching Milan come through Cops as well. Incredible, isn't it? I love this circuit. It's fantastic, isn't it? I've got to say, I don't really like driving it too, but I like driving it. I just don't like the first sector. I prefer the older part of the course personally, but that's because I'm old and I need just for men, you know, the hair, the grey that takes off or whatever. Anyway, let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors, shall we? Emerson leading the championship. Blaz, I've already mentioned there. I've really rubbed the salt into the wounds of Emerson already in this session, but I'm going to continue to do so. Of course, 15 points there in front of Cookie, who is missing again then. So that's 3 races in a row Cookie is missing, and unfortunately because of that, this is a interesting start, isn't it? Cookie was really interested. It was really impressive, wasn't he? He hasn't scored since round 7 in Monaco. Goodness me there, and it's really not going at all well for Cookie at this stage of proceedings, is it? And this is another race where he's not going to be scoring at all then. Grant is 23 points away from Cookie at the moment, and he's 38 points away from Emerson. We've got a yellow flag down the hanger straight then, so Granted, and he needs to start to really chip into that lead then. He hasn't, Granty's been alright around here in the past, hasn't he? But he's never won this race as far as my records say. If I'm wrong about that, I apologise, I've already had a quick glance at them. But yeah, so Granty has never won around this racetrack, which is it's a few, isn't it? Of course, he broke a lot of records last season, didn't he? With having an impressive 17 podiums, didn't he? Incredible stuff, wasn't it? From the current champion, I should say. Goodness me, was that a spoiler? Oh, well, let's hope not. As Milan there is just coming through cops as well and keeping it well within track limits. Lovely stuff indeed then. We've got Young Lights in 4th position. Monty's also missing as well. He's still having technical issues, unfortunately, in the second Red Bull as well. Pease is up 2 positions, up to 5th now. Drofast and Alhan moving down a position. Caesar, what a race win last time out. Of course, back in Austria 7 days ago then. Good stuff indeed there for Caesar. He is now in the winner's circle. He has broken through the glass ceiling then. And I'm really interested to see what he does from here on in then. Is he going to be a regular race winner? And has he got the potential there to really challenge for the championship? I think he has. He's 105 points behind Emerson at the moment then. But we're only at half distance. Anything can happen in the season, and it usually does, doesn't it? As we have just seen... we just seen Milan go across the line. He's already had 2 pole positions in his career. He hasn't got the race win yet, has he, Milan? He's been very unlucky, hasn't he? Granty has gone second fast at the moment. He is a 10th of a second away at the moment as well. We got FIFA Beefy, who's back out on circuit as well. FIFA Beefy, I've got to say, he's been fantastic, hasn't he? He's been in fine Vettel, hasn't he? On board with Sam at the moment. He is a valid his time. Congratulations to Sam, because last time out he got into the top 10. Here comes Tango, of course, making his debut here tonight as well. He's done a 25.6 so far in the Mercedes end, so good stuff indeed there for Tango. I'm wondering if he's going to be very nervous in his debut for ALR. Well, let's hope he does well. Gordo has done a 25.7 so far in the Red Bull. Good stuff indeed. Then we've got the second Alfa Romeo come through as E-Class as well, and here he comes then for out of the final circuit, final corner I should say. He has done a 26.8 as well then. As we got Big Arns then as well, and I've got to say, here's car number 9. He has stolen the number from Ericsson as well. Big Arns then, I've got to say, I'm really looking forward to see what this man can do then. We're on board with him now then, making his debut along with Tango then, so there's a lot of so yeah, let's see as he comes over the line as well. He's done a 25.9 at the moment in the Haas in car number 9 then, and that was a good time to start off, and that is a Red Bull there who is mowing the grass there, coming out of left field, I think it is out of left field there, so not having some couple of issues there. Gordo is, but he's in 4th position at the moment then. We're going to be losing 1 driver in this session, and Mumford comes across the line. He is in, of course, the new team now with Williams, isn't he? Last time out, of course, made his debut for the Williams, didn't he? And I think he'd be a bit disappointed with his debut there, but let's see how he can do from here on in. FIFA Beefy, also I've already mentioned, he's done fantastic, hasn't he, this season? He is currently 7th fastest at the moment then. So the man then who's leading the championship, the man who has only done, well, less than 1 racing lap so far, he's got to Cops Corner, and unfortunately he's retired at that corner for the last 2 seasons, hasn't he? Here comes car 21 now, but Emerson there is looking in fine form, isn't he, as well? And I've got to say, he did message me earlier on today. Of course, he's got a lovely tribute helmet as well to the late great James Hunt there, of course, as Twango has left the session there, so that's not good. Hopefully he comes back in fairly soon. Yeah, so great stuff indeed there from Emerson. That is the helmet of the late great James Hunt as well. The world champion of 1976 as well, and that was a formidable season, wasn't it? And of course, that season would always be remembered as the film from Rush as well, wasn't it? Where Nicky Lauda had that awful crash there, of course, at the circuit called Green Hall, wasn't it? The Nürburgring, or the Nordschleife, I think it is. Or my German and very up to par. Is on board of Emerson now as well, as he's coming down the back straight. There was 2 DRS zones around this circuit. There was 3 once upon a time, wasn't there, on the back straight as well, but unfortunately got rid of that because I think it was Roman Grosjean who couldn't handle the DRS there as well. Of course, Tango, I'm going to say Twang a lot, ain't I? Emerson there, it's because the Renault was on screen as well. We're on board with Emerson now then. Can he extend his in the championship. He is 15 points in front of Cookie in second position at the moment, and Emerson comes across the line then, and he is firing on all cylinders already, isn't he? He is fantastic this season, isn't he? Good 7 deep then. Here's Jonathan as well then. He had his 10th pole position last time out, didn't he? Jonathan did there. Of course, he's changed back to the traditional red and green and white helmet colours there, and let's see what he can do. Of course, he had a one-off special helmet last time out. On board, Jonathan going a bit wild there. He is 4th fastest then in the McLaren as well, and Nigel out on circuit as well. Of course, Nigel got the lap race record around here, so hopefully, is that a Mr. Elite there? It's off the circuit there. Grant is retired from the session there, but he is in the pits then, so that is all good stuff indeed then. I think that Mr. Elite is going to have to get off and go back on, isn't he? Just finish off the championship, because I really haven't gone through it at all, have I? In the drop zone at the moment, we have Equals, who scored in points. Sammy got 1 point from Monaco and 10 points for Pillars as well, so that is in the drop zone at the moment. Mumford is perilously close to the drop zone. Actually, that's a lie, isn't it? Because there's only 2 cars going down now and not 3, of course, with Pillars getting promoted earlier on in the season then. So it's only 2 now. It's at 19th Sammy and 20th Equals at the moment then, and they got 9 points to find between now and the end of the season then. Nigel goes 7th fastest at the moment then. In the Constructors' Championship, it is Renault who are leading by a slim pickings, isn't it? As they are 3 points in front of Red Bull at the moment. Red Bull, of course, have been on fine form, haven't they, with Caesar? And, of course, they got Gordo also in that camp as well, this race as well. So, can they get some more points then? Renault, it's very slim, though, isn't it? 3 points, incredible stuff. Williams, the current defending Constructors' Champions, are third at the moment. They are 35 points away from Renault. AlphaTauri, no representatives for the AlphaTauri here tonight. They are 4th and have fallen down again. Ferrari then will have a representative in the form of Farf and also in the form of Beastie as well. So let's see if he can make a Beastie debut as well. Racing Point has moved up to 6th with Mercedes dropping down 1 position in 7th position. McLaren in 8th position. Haas is out of the bottom position in 9th position. Tango back in the session as well. And Alfa Romeo completes the top 10. And I got to say that I made a complete mess of that, haven't I, really? Because it's taken me a very long time. It's taken me 10 minutes there. It's great to have you all along for the ride as well here tonight, and great stuff indeed there. Loving your comments and feedback. Keep them all coming in. I would like to hear what you think of, last as Pease there going second fast moment. Pease there was very close to being a Grand Prix winner last time out as well, isn't it? So there's a lot of really strong drivers coming through the ranks, isn't there? Of course, Total Pease there. This is his debut season then. Caesar, of course, also fantastic, wasn't he? He's only had a handful of races. He's already a race winner, isn't he? I'm sure that Emerson and Granty, of course, the old guard in a ALR Formula 1, they have got to be looking over their shoulder, of course, and with Nigel also, I think he's getting better and better, Nigel is, and of course Nigel is usually a front runner, but this season he's really struggled. Same with Jonathan, actually. It's very intriguing how the game is really it's been very difficult for those 2 drivers, hasn't it? So hopefully they'll get themselves hopefully they can get themselves dusted down and have a good end of season as well. Of course, as I said, we're only halfway through there. Here comes Simon then. He was in qualifying 3 last time. Can he do the same again here tonight then? Well, we'll find out then. So we're now just rising up then into the final part of the course as well then. 17 cars as Beastie is in the session, and for the Ferrari, good stuff indeed then. Also making his full debut here in ALR. Sammy goes across the line then, and he is 13th fastest mode. He's a 10th for a second away at the moment from Equals. Oh, lovely shot indeed then from the Haas. Of course, this is a famous shot here in Silverstone. We always seem to have this shot, don't we? Lovely stuff indeed. Gordo saying, I'm too slow then. Well, currently at the moment, Gordo, you are 8th fast, so then too bad there. Ayrton saying, hello, Sean, hope you're having a great day, with a lovely emoji there as well. I'm always having a great day, because it's Sunday, isn't it? Super Sunday, which means it's ALR Gold, isn't it? We're in Season 4 this season as well, and I've got to say, the longer the Gold season goes for, the more I get more excited, because I love stats, and I just like to, I'd like to read them off, don't I? It's my bedtime reading when I go to bed here tonight as well. Of course, I am very interested to see if Emerson or Granty, who is going to be the all-time winningest driver by the end of this season, and is it going to be Granty or is it going to be Emerson? At the moment, Granty's only had 1 race win this season in China. Emerson has been flying this season, hasn't he? He has had 3 race wins, hasn't he? He has turned it around after a very difficult start to this season as well. He's on 13 race wins as well. Can he make it 14 and become the all-time winningest driver in ALR? That'll be a fantastic Kashima on board Mr. Elite then. Of course, one of the most experienced drivers in ALR. Also, I must apologise to Granty because I should have got a slap on the wrist and a slap across the face as well, really shouldn't I? Because it was his 50th Grand Prix start last week, wasn't it, for Granty? So fantastic stuff indeed. He's only missed a handful of races since he debuted back at the beginning of Season 2. So fantastic stuff from Granty. Really good stuff indeed there. I think he missed a couple of races. He missed 1 or 2 races in Season 2, and I think in Season 3, I can't remember, he didn't miss any races at all, did he? So hats off to Granty. Brilliant stuff indeed there. As Mr. Elite there, his back end wanted to overtake the front there, and of course Mr. Elite there is keeping his foot firmly planted on the throttle pedal. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then as well. I don't think there's no milestones tonight, apart from, well, it would have been Drop Fast's 10th start here tonight, but unfortunately that is not the case, is it? But Mr. Elite, this will be his 43rd start here tonight, and he's been with us, hasn't he, for a very long time as well. Good stuff indeed then. As Gordo was saying on Word, I've got too much downforce. You can never have too much downforce. I wish I had a bit more downforce on me. Well, actually, I think I've got too much downforce, actually, because, if there's ever a tornado in the UK, don't worry about that. That tornado's not going to pick my big key strip, is it? Sammy back out on circuit now, coming through Cop's Corner. And I've got to say, it's an old school feel, this is, isn't it? Of course, look at this. Danny Fiat had a big old smash there, didn't he? In one of the 2 races in Silverstone this season, of course. It was the 70th Grand Prix as well as the British Grand Prix as well, and it was good. I got to say, both races were fantastic, weren't they? I enjoyed it. Sam then coming down the hanger straight as well into Stowe. This race is littered full of incredible history, isn't it? Of course, as I mentioned, 1950 May the 13th or the 10th. I don't know why. I think the 10th is the 10th and 13th stick in my mind for some reason in F1. I don't know why. So it's one of those days. If someone could enlighten me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Sam goes to fast now. He's really he's found some form now on those tires. He's done that's his fresh set of tires. Right, Jonathan has just improved to second fast as well. Then Equals is going pedestrian level down the back straight as well. Mumford's also on circuit as well. Caesar, of course, fresh off his first win in ALR for last time. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Yeah, going back to the history of this going back to the history of the British Grand Prix, of course. There, I got to say, you can just list it off, can't you? Really, it's been almost ever present. We did go to Brands Hatch, didn't we, for a couple of seasons, where Nigel Mansell, I think, got his first race win, didn't he? In 1985, wasn't it, or 86? I think it was 85, wasn't it? Actually, it was 85, 86. He was challenging for the championship, wasn't he? But unfortunately, that was the season, and the famous camera shots of his left tire, of his rear tire blown up down the Adelaide back straight, wasn't it? And that handed the championship to Alan Prost, and that was Alan Prost's second championship, if I'm not very much mistaken, in the McLaren there. But the season after, Nigel Mansell was again very unlucky, wasn't he? Of course, with that huge shunt at Suzuka, wasn't it? 1987, wasn't it? Where he had real bad issues with his back after that, didn't he? And that allowed Nelson Piquet to win his third and final title as well. So that was unfortunate for Nigel Mansell. Of course, we're talking about Nigel Mansell because not only we've got a Williams on the screen, but of course it's Mansell mania around here, isn't it? He is also very infamous for this race circuit as well. Mansell's just remember 87 as well, where he had that incredible move on the outside of Piquet. I think he dummied Piquet down the back straight, didn't he? Into Stowe is brilliant. As Mumford, that's a good time there. He's right behind his teammate there in 6th position at the moment there. This qualifying is only good. We're only aiming to lose one car in this qualifying. Oh my goodness me! And it might be the race winner, Caesar, from last time out. Caesar has gone off at Cop's Corner. He's just coming up back on circuit, and Caesar has gone from the ultimate high of Australia to the ultimate low here tonight, and that is a big blow indeed, isn't it? Oh, Caesar, he might be out of qualifying. So all the Ferraris have got to do is just set a time, albeit BC's has done 5 minutes in the first sector. Goodness me, he's spent a long time in the first sector. We're watching Farfan. He's a former race winner as well, Farface. He's had 3 race wins in his time of ALR, hasn't he? Unfortunately, his last race win was way back in Season 2, wasn't it? In Bahrain there for Farface, so that's a very long dry spell, and I thought I was in a dry spell. As we come into Brooklands as well then for Farface, before coming into Luffield, of course, there's been a lot of track modifications over the years here in Silverstone, isn't it? That used to be a double right-hander, didn't it? Luffield 1 and Luffield 2, then it was just then it was kind of smoothing off, wasn't it? Back in 96, wasn't it? Cop drops there as Farf's invalidated this time now, so he's going to have to go again then, isn't he? But there's still an opening for Caesar. He ain't going to be able to get a lap in, but currently he's 15th fastest. There's going to be 2 cars that will be unfortunately getting the walk of shame at the end of this one. So we keep an eye, we'll see what Farf does then as he's invalidated his time then. So we're going to see what Beastie Boys does. This is his debut here tonight as well, and we're on board from. I'm sure there's a band called Beastie Boys, isn't it? Unfortunately, I'm not very much of a not very good with the old indie music. Is it? Mumford's retired from the session as well. I think the only I'm sure Arctic Monkeys I used to know, but that was in college when I used to be cool and stuff with my long draping, long beautiful ginger hair. I look like Goldilocks or Ginger Locks. Beastie there coming out of a turn at 4 as well, and down the back straight. That's the first of the DRS there on the back straight as well. Look at the heat haze coming off of the tarmac. Absolutely hot day here in Silverstone, isn't it? And unfortunately ALR, well, fortunately ALR was meant to be going to Silverstone this season, wasn't it, before the pandemic started, which is such a shame as well, because all of you lovely folk who was going there would have met me, which is probably a horrific sight, isn't it? But I do blame if anyone does see me in person before now and whenever, I do blame the pandemic is why I've got a lot of relaxed muscle on the front of me now. As we're watching BC Boys there coming through Maggots, Beckett's, and then into Chapel as well. That's the finest bit of racing track in the world, isn't it? And that's a big statement to make, isn't it? Because of course we got Eau Rouge, haven't we? And Radion. That's a fantastic fantastic race circuit as well. Unfortunately, with the downforce on these cars now, it's not as challenging as it once was. BC then is going to complete his lap now then in the Ferrari car 16 as well, as he's lovely stuff indeed then into the final turn. Then let's see what BC can do. It is not 8 fast there for BC there, so right in the thick of it, straight from the get-go as well. Lovely stuff indeed. Here comes Farfan. He is currently in the drop zone. There's going to be 2 cars in the drop zone. There might be big irons actually. Oh goodness me, then there's me there resting on my laurels when I really shouldn't be. Here comes Farfan coming for the final turn. Farf is through, and Nigel is also through as well. So we have lost Caesar. Am I out of sync again? I think I might, because Caesar is back out on circuit as well. So I might. Oh, he's invalidated his time, but he shouldn't need to worry about that. Big Irons is definitely out qualifying. Tango is retired from the session. Equals has got a lot of opposite lock there as well. Mr. Lee is thrown up to 7th. Fantastic. Here comes Equals. He hasn't he hasn't got a point just yet, but he's got a good pace there in that Alfa Romeo. He just needs to get some good race strip runs in, doesn't he? Nigel is through as well. So Farf is finishing. So as and so is Sammy as well. Caesar from the ultimate highs to the ultimate lows here in Silverstone. What a shame now for Caesar. He is out of qualifying. The man who won the Austrian Grand Prix just over a week ago, and I got to say, if he wins his second race here this afternoon, or this evening I should say, it's going to be very much earned, isn't it? As I got to stretch out my knee. Ooh. Anyway then, yeah, so let's just take a look at the comments. That's right. Grant is saying, cheers for the stats. I missed a couple when I was getting married, and I had 2, I think, but I had 2, I think 2 too many there. So hang on, I've got to turn up my screen now. Oh gosh, maybe I need to turn it down. I've got to get my sunglasses out now. We got Gordo saying that 13th of May was the first first F1 race. Lovely stuff indeed there, and he also bottled this up as well, yeah. So it was the 13th of May. The 10th of May must be a birthday of some continent, so I need to go back and watch it. I know that The Rock was born on the 2nd of May because yeah, I used to like him. Anyway, then Mr. Elite then is through into qualifying 2 as well. We're just on board then with Mr. Elite then, as he's coming back into the pits as well. Equals good luck, Caesar. Very unlucky there. Cool, very nice sportsmanship in the comments there, isn't it? I love it. Well, if it was me out there, I'll be very happy that the likes of Caesar and Big Orange is out, because the fact is that's 2 less people that's going to out qualify me. Unfortunately for Caesar, that is a major blow, isn't it? And look at Big Orange there. He's out by 10th for a second, but Sammy has got through into qualifying 2, and look how close it is between Sammy and Farf. Whiskers, isn't it? Unfortunately, both Haas's are languishing at the bottom half of the table at this moment in time then. But don't worry about that, folks. Of course, qualifying 2 is coming up in just a minute, and Sam can rectify that as he gets another bite of the cherry now. As Tango saying, I don't think I'll finish the race with this hard drive, but I'll give it my all, and that's all we can ask for, my good man. But it sounds like you've got a bit of a dodgy hard drive, have you? I've got a dodgy hard drive, but I think I should not discuss it here tonight. Anyway, as we're now getting on to qualifying 2 as well. So we're into qualifying 2 then, and at the moment you can see that they are just now getting their tyres ready as well. Of course, unfortunately, I've got to talk about tyres, don't I? Because qualifying 2 is where the strategy begins times for the race. If you get into the top 10, you must start on the tyres which you set your fastest time. Well, I know a lot of you guys are probably yawning and saying this is all kind of old shtick, but of course we might have new viewers all the time. Then BC's has left the session there, as which is a bit unfortunate because he's got into qualifying too. Hopefully he'll come back in at just a jiffy as well. He quite say no one likes a dodgy hard drive. Well, I certainly don't. So we're coming out on circuit as well. Jonathan then, can he get a pole position? He was on pole position this time. Last time he was around Silverstone. That was back in, wasn't it round 5 this time last season? I think it was, wasn't it? Jonathan was. Unfortunately, I feel that Jonathan possibly should have won this race last season. Possibly, but unfortunately, I feel the strategy that I think he went on the hard tyres, didn't he? When possibly if he went on the softer tyres, he might have had a bit more of a better stead than on that race, unfortunately. So that was unfortunate there for Jonathan, but let's see what he can do here tonight. And he has time to rectify that here this evening, doesn't he? And he can, and of course he's in the McLaren as well, the sole McLaren representative here tonight, which is a big shame, isn't it? With Fireshot. No, I'm missing it. I think that's his second race of the season that Fireshot's missing. He doesn't miss too many Fireshot, does he? So unfortunately, it's unfortunate not to see Fireshot in the mix there, but I'm sure he'll be back in a week's time in the Hungarian Grand Prix there. That's a technical twisty old circuit as well. I do love the middle part of the season now because the tracks come thick and fast, don't they? And they're absolutely splendid pieces of tarmac, aren't they? Just watching Jonathan coming down the back straight. Yeah, just going back to the history of this race, shall we? We've got 13 minutes, and I've got to say there's not a lot going on out there at the moment. I'd like to hear your favourite Silverstone moment, your favourite British Grand Prix moment, I should say, as well. And albeit Donington didn't really host the British Grand Prix, it was still in Britain, albeit it was the European Grand Prix in 1993. And of course, we all remember Ayrton Senna just producing a bit of magic there, didn't he? On the opening lap, dropping to 5th there, he took the lead, didn't he? And from then on in, he was just basically from start to finish incredible, wasn't he? He was unstoppable. He really was, wasn't he? Aaron Senna was, and of course that was back when basically Williams had the I think it was the I was hearing a story about it. It was the most technically advanced Formula 1 car in history. He had active suspension, they had computers controlling the ride height of the car. It's scary stuff, wasn't it? And basically a lot of the technology goes way over my head. There is the only technology not enjoying now is turning it off and back on. So that was absolutely incredible, wasn't it? To hear that from 93 as well. It's incredible. Just think if they didn't put the reins on these teams there, of what they could have done with these cars is incredible, isn't it? I think a lot of the technology in this hybrid is impressive anyway. But unfortunately, as soon as we start talking about of course all the harvesting and how great these cars are in terms of like the thermal combustion, all that kind of jazz, you start to really turn off about that, unless you're a big old technical wizard or really enjoy that kind of stuff. A lot of the fans just want to hear and watch the gladiators, which are the drivers, aren't they? So as much as these hybrid cars are a beautiful work of art, I'm not really sure that we, the fans, want to hear about that. And Jonathan's invalidated his time now. That's not good at all. He was a bit acute there, wasn't he? Out of turn 17 now. Jonathan's going to have well, he's invalidated a second lap as well because, of course, that was right at the end of the course as well. So we've only got one Red Bull in this session now. And here's Gordo then. Gordo is applied his trade then across all three divisions now of ALR. So he has he's done the fastest time so far in the Red Bull. Good stuff indeed. Farfair is out on second moment. BC has just started this up as well. Good stuff indeed then. What about Nigel? Nigel's weaving down the back straight down the Wednesday straight to say. Tango is having an issue with his hard drive while he's at the moment now. He's going to have to go again, and isn't he? Here comes Milan. He is fast among. He's had 2 pole positions in his career, hasn't he, Milan? And he's never been on the he has been on the podium once. I apologise. So as Emerson said for session, and the man who's been incredible, he had issues with his connection, didn't he, right at the beginning of the season. And is that Sammy? Oh my gosh! And is that Sammy's just gone full fastest because third fastest is equal said. So we've got a couple of guys coming and going in here because Farfair, lovely purple helmet there from Farfair as he flicks it into cops now. So this is the early stage then. Is Farfair coming into the pit said, I think that I was talking about the longest pit lane, wasn't I? A couple of I think it was was actually it's season 3 of this race, I think it was. Lovely shot here. I'm absolutely loving that. Brilliant stuff indeed. And I apologise to FIFA Beef there, because I completely ignored him there when I said that Jonathan was the only McLaren representative. Naughty boy from me. Here comes Tango there, making his debut as well there. Tango is then in the Mercedes, and he is coming down the back straight as well. Can he get some first points there for car 32 as well, as he is coming down the back straight as well? Look at that, flicking it into Cops there. Sorry, Stowe, I should say. And of course, Stowe is quite a famous corner. As we had a, I think that was a McLaren, wasn't it? Just parking out on circuit end. Goodness me. Yeah, just going back to the pit lane. I think it's the longest pit in terms of the pit limiter and the pit exit there, isn't it? I think in terms of the longest time you're on the pit limiter, isn't it? Or the longest time that you lose in the pit lane or something like that. I read something about it, so that might be completely Boulder Dash there. Here comes Mr. Elite. This is not going to be Boulder Dash. It's full fastest there for the Renault driver. Good stuff indeed there. We got FIFA Beefy also on circuit as well. Go through Cops. That's better, isn't it? I was at the wrong part of the circuit a couple of times ago. Jonathan has just gone down there, but luckily for Jonathan, he has got 9 minutes to rectify that mistake, hasn't he? Lovely over the shoulder shot from FIFA Beefy in the second McLaren. And of course, as I've mentioned earlier, FIFA Beefy's been fantastic, hasn't he, since being a reserve driver. He was a midfield runner, wasn't he, in silver? But I gotta say, since becoming a reserve, I think he's done really well in silver and gold. Emerson is back in the session. Hopefully these connection issues don't come back to haunt him, because I think so far this season Emerson has been impressive on this gig there, and perhaps he could have, should have, and would be a lot further in front. FIFA's gone 5th fastest at the moment now, but he's on connections issues, which has dipped him in and out of sessions, hasn't it? Which has made his life much more difficult than what it should have been, perhaps. Then Gordo saying, I'm so bad there, but you're still in 6th position, my good man there, so you're not the slowest of the cars, and to get into qualifying 2 is still a mean feat, isn't it? Here's Pease then. He was second last time out, wasn't he? Can he go one better and get to his first race win here at the home of motorsport? And that'll be fantastic for Pease, wouldn't it? As he flies through Cops as well. We had a big, as Emerson's left the session again, and this is not good at all, is it, for the championship leader? Goodness me, then we have drama after drama this season, don't we? With Cookie missing a few races, with Emerson now having issues with his connection there. I gotta say, the man who'll be rubbing his hands with glee, I think, will be the champion, the double world champion of Granty, perhaps. And maybe we'll have a couple of other guys rubbing their hands as well, likes of Total Peas and maybe even Milan as well, who possibly could have and should have won a race as well. There's so many races this season where a lot of drivers possibly could have won their first race. We're on board Peas. He has done a 25 flat there for Peas, and that's on the medium tyre as well. Good stuff indeed there for Peas as he slows down. Granted, and as we've mentioned, the champion, he is out on circuit right now in the Williams head, the only man to win for Williams there in ALR. Fantastic stuff indeed, Dennis. He is down the Wellington straight then. We've got Mumford saying, evening Sean, feeling confident about tonight, and wow, you should be, Gary, because I think this is where Mumford made his debut, wasn't it, last season, didn't he? And of course, I think last season he didn't miss a single race as far as I'm aware when he made his debut. So fantastic for Mumford there. He had to step back earlier on the season, didn't he? But he's back in action here tonight, and he's back as a full-time driver as well. So good stuff indeed there from Mumford. And talking to Mumford is oops. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. I thought I just deleted my whole stats there, which I probably would have cried, raged, and then all kinds of shenanigans. But it's all right. That's what the undo button's for. This will be Mumford's 24th race starter tonight. So good stuff indeed there from Mumford. We're just watching Granty, who's on his 51st race start tonight as well, as he is coming down the into Stowe as well. Yeah, of course, I love as Emerson is gone again then. This is not good at all. He's got 6 minutes to get this sorted out there for Emerson. This is not good at all. Emerson's got major technical issues, hasn't he, the championship leader? Granty coming around the final turn now. Of course, Granty is up to second fastest. That was a very quick final sector there. Granty was out of qualifying too last time out, but he had a fantastic race in Austria, didn't he? He loves Austria. But I think that perhaps he was he wanted to go on to the medium tyres, didn't he, to get through, and perhaps that might cost him a qualifying free slot then. Pease retired from the session, just watching the British Italian driver Jonathan Cox coming through Cops right now. Of course, Cops was reprofiled, I think, back in 1996 as well. Tango's also joined as well. Tango is currently in a very promising 4th position there, so Tango looking very good. I'm loving this pace here from Tango. Great stuff indeed there. And of course, I do like watching new drivers there, because it really intrigues me to see what they can do against ALR's best there. And at the moment, I think Tango's doing a cracking job, isn't it? And I do love Tango as well. So yeah, Yep, I think that also speaks to me as well. Lovely shot from the nose cone here. The McLaren driver. Then, of course, they will be McLaren Mercedes next season, or the season after for ALR when we're in season 6. I think we are. Goodness me, that's F1 2021. Jonathan goes 5th fast at the moment there. He's done 2 laps there on those medium tyres. Equals 2 tenths of a second up there, just coming out of left field there, and now as he's coming onto the old hangar straight there. I think it's the national pit straight now, isn't it? It's called something. I'm sure Tech Clarence called it that, didn't he? When is that Twang? There you go. I've done it twice. Tango is retired there. Formula Geo said hello, good evening. I hope you're well, and it's great to have you all along for the ride as well. I have asked if any of you guys do have any favourite memories of the British Grand Prix. Now, I'd like to hear your thought. What's your favourite British Grand Prix memory? I've got quite a few, to be honest, so I could sit here all night and talking about it, really, but I need to talk about ALR more, don't I? Because that's my job, isn't it? Equals then, it's over the shoulder. Lovely stuff indeed then as he now comes into turn 70 as well. Lovely stuff indeed then as we're into the final part of the course as well. Then let's see what Equals can do. He hasn't got any points yet on the board there. Can he? Oh, who's that? That's Farfus off the course there. That's it, turn 1, I believe. And he's gone right off as well there, Farfus. He has got 4 minutes in, and those tyres are not going to be too happy there with having a spin. Mumford is also out in the venture as well. That is out of, that's the Chapel, isn't it? It's just before Chapel, I should say. And unfortunately for the Williams there, he is having some major issues as well, and oh dear, and so that's not good at all. So Gordo has said goodbye, but I think that he's not going to be out yet though, Gordo, because he is currently still in 10th position, so he's having an alright session so far. With Mumford and Farfar having to come to Cropper on their fast laps, this is not good at all there. Mumford is now coming back into the pits there. He was feeling happy about himself there, but unfortunately, feeling happy about his performance, but that's not good at all, is it? From Mumford's point of view, we're on board then with the Ferrari. Sam is 3 tenths of a second up, but he's coming into the pits. Well, I've got 3.5 minutes to go in the session then. There's going to be a bit of a lull now, isn't there? I feel then before we have one more blast around here as well. Tango has just said mine is only from a couple of years ago, but 2018 all action. It was 2018 GP was all action all over the show. It was a good race, wasn't it? 2018, really good stuff indeed there. Of course, I've got a few as well. Really, I quite enjoyed 2015 there, where it rained just before the end, and it rained. It started absolutely downpour when Hamilton came in the pits there, and Rosberg stayed out, and that's what won the race there. It's incredible, wasn't it? How Hamilton judged that brilliant stuff indeed there. 2014 as well, of course. I was very much a Hamilton fan and very anti Rosberg there, and I loved it when he parked at the exit of Chapel there. I went absolutely wild, of course, and that was great stuff indeed then. I love your I do love your opinions. Keep them coming in as well. So we're just on board with Farfen as well. I gotta say, I get confused between 2018 and 19. I think it's just my memory that I'm getting too old then. I think it was 2019 where Hamilton got punted around by it was 2018, wasn't it, where Hamilton got punted around by Raikkonen, wasn't it? And he fought his way back through the field fantastically well. It was a great race, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that one. Of course, Hamilton getting punted around I was very unhappy about, but I've got to say, it made for an absolutely spectacular show, didn't it? As Gio there is just giving Tango what's up, as Emerson is in the pits. There are less than 2 minutes to go there, as Farf is getting very squirrely on the rear there, isn't he? I think he needs a bit of a heavier rear. I might lend him mine, as the board there is flashing in and out there, isn't he? Farfar is the mode, it's coming out of Chapel as well. DRS there, oh, he was inches away as the Ferrari driver was from invalid this time. Yellow flag in sector 1, I believe, and that's a Red Bull of Gordo, who is parked off the circuit, and Gordo's having some major issues and are back on board with the Ferrari, and lovely shot from the nose cone as well from this Ferrari. It's absolutely stunning, isn't it? Grant, he's retired from this session. Emerson, he is still in the pits. Emerson he's coming out now. Is it too late then? I'm not sure, because I don't know about the time, so I can't even tell the time either. Farf is out of qualifying as it stands, and he's got one more bite of the cherry, hasn't he, Farf? No, he hasn't. He's in fact this time. Farf, the former race winner of ALR, 3-time Grand Prix winner, is out of qualifying, and that is a huge blow indeed for Farf. Here comes FIFA then, as we're on board with FIFA as well then. Oh, his best position in the ALR was second, wasn't it, in the Brazilian Grand Prix, and I think he was also second this season as well for silver as well. Good stuff indeed there from FIFA. He's been very good in gold as well, hasn't he? I could even say he is gold standard, FIFA. I think he's been really good, hasn't he, FIFA? And I've been singing his praises there. The man who's at the reserve at the boat there, as Mr. Lee has retired from the session as well. Emerson's gone as well. Goodness me, it's gone all wrong there for Emerson. That's fastest for FIFA VP then. Oh dear, that's not good. And Mumford's had issues as well. Mumford, another man who is feeling good. And oh dear, that's not good at all, is it? Nigel's just started us up as well, so we're on board with the world champion from season 1 then, from Formula 1 2018, Nigel was, and he has won in every single season. He has participated in ALR, hasn't he? On that back end, is trying to step out there for the Mercedes driver. Car 36 had the famous green-yellow, the green and black and yellow helmet there from Nigel then, coming down the Wellington straight there. Mumford is out of qualifying, unfortunately. Sammy is also out as well, and so is Farfen. Gordo is still in qualifying as it stands about it. It's between Nigel, Mr. Elite, and Gordo, isn't it? Who is going to be through and who's going to be out? Farf's out qualified, unfortunately, as well. Oh dear, that is just watching Darren saying good evening all, and good luck there as Grant also going to sup Darren as well, and of course Jonathan there is also flying the flag for FIFA. Of course he's a teammate who is standing in for Farshot here tonight. Lovely over the shoulder shot from the former world champion Nigel as well, going a bit wide there, coming out of Chapel. DRS then right on the middle. There's a McLaren in front of us. He's going to pinch a bit of slipstream then, I think, as well, but it goes right off the track there. Good stuff indeed there from FIFA. I've got to say, very polite, isn't there? These guys are, well, they can be sometimes, especially, but if ever in a race, I'd stay away for a moment. Nigel there is coming into turn 16 and 17 now then. He is about to complete the lap in the Mercedes then. Is this enough then? A 26 flat is what he's aiming for. It is 6 fastest for Nigel, and now Mr. Elite then is into qualifying. What about Gordon in the Red Bull? Is he going to be, he is pushing it to the limit and beyond there as we come out of the final sector. Let's see what he can do. He is through into qualifying free. Fantastic stuff from Gordo, and unfortunately though, Mr. Elite is out of qualifying, along with Farf, along with Sammy as well, who's out of qualifying, unfortunately, in the Haas end, but Sammy wants to get in the midfield then, and kind of get some points on the board. Emerson, the championship leader, is right down in the thick of things, and Mumford, another man then who is feeling good for tonight, is down in 15th position there. What a shame indeed there what a shame indeed then. There's a lot of big names out of that qualifying 2 segment, isn't there? Goodness me. A lot of experienced drivers as well. Goodness me, all of them have got well over 20 starts, haven't they? And I think if you add all their starts together, that's about 100 Grand Prix in ALR. Incredible stuff. There's a lot of experience in that drop zone for qualifying 2, and there's a lot of new guns in qualifying 3. Goodness me. Out of qualifying there's Mumford and Emerson now in connection issues, unfortunately. Sammy in 13th, Farfa in 12th, and Mr. Elite in 11th position there. We got a couple of debutants in the top 10. Fantastic stuff indeed. FIFA there ended the session fastest with Total P's in second there, Granty in third, then Milana in 4th, Tango in 5th, then Nigel in 6th. Good to see him back up there. Jonathan in 7th position, Gordo 8th position, BC's on his debut 9th, and Equals is in 10th position as well. Lovely jubbly then as we get into qualifying 3 in just a few moments time indeed then. And so just taking a good look at the chat there as well. I'll leave them to it because they're on a bit of a gossip, which I don't want to interrupt them, do I? Because it might be a personal chat, even though it's all over YouTube really. So if you really want to go and have a look at it, then you can. So we're going into qualifying 3. We got 12 minutes then for this. Got 12 minutes then for qualifying 3 then. As Emerson's saying, he's cursed around here. Yeah, he is, isn't he? Really, Emerson is. He just seems to have. If he has any luck here, it's kind of bad luck, isn't he? Unfortunately for Emerson then. But let's see what he can do from 14th on the grid then for the championship leader then. And this is a good day for Granty to maybe get himself back into it at the moment. He is 38 points away from Emerson in the championship, and then back from Granty then it is Lights, who is not racing here tonight. So Total P 79 points away there. This is going to be very interesting if it's going to condense up the standings slightly. As we're on board, Jonathan then, who is just following Milan, who's out the pitch. Milan has got 2 pole positions to his name, as we've already mentioned there, in the Chinese and also the Dutch Grand Prix. So I've got to say, our pole sitters this season, and we've had quite a few, haven't we? We've had Emerson, we've had Cookie, we've had Milan, we have had Granty, Lights, and also Jonathan as well. We've had 6 pole sitters in the first 11 races so far. Goodness me, the most pole positions anyone has had this season. It has been a Cookie there with 4 pole positions there, but 2 pole positions for Milan, 2 pole positions for Emerson as well. Emerson's not going to add to that tally here tonight then. So is Milan going to get a hat-trick tonight, or is there going to be someone else stepping up to the plate, or will Granty get his second pole position as well? There is a lot to find out. There's a lot to see in 10 minutes or so, and of course the main event, the race, is coming up straight after this qualifying session as well then. So keep with it, guys. Then of course that's what a lot of you are here tonight to witness, is the race itself, isn't it? I quite like both. It's just on board a cop set as well. And of course we had big smashes there, didn't we, over the years there. I think Trilly and Kufar came to blows there, didn't they? And we've also had Carlos Seitz and was it Grosjean as well, 2018 as well, I believe, if I'm not very much mistaken. Possibly, or 2019, I think it was 2018, wasn't it? We've had a lot of smashes there over the years, haven't we? Yeah, and then we've down Stowe here as well. Of course, Stowe, I think, is famous for me because I just witnessed in Schumacher having that horrific accident back in 99 there, which broke his leg there, and really unfortunately possibly ended Ferrari's title challenge there. Oh, because they stopped developing the car from what I was reading in some of the older snippets, which hampered Eddie Irvine. But Eddie Irvine there, of course, walked into a victory in the Austrian Grand Prix. Well, I say walked into, that's a bit harsh, really, for me to say. Of course, with the two McLarens touching, very similar to bronze last time, wasn't it? Where unfortunately two McLarens came to blow there. Yeah, and that's how Eddie Irvine win the race, didn't it? And then of course, also Irvine was gifted a race win after Mika Salo. I gotta say, Mika Salo's a better man than me as well, because he let Eddie Irvine win there. That would have been Mika Salo's probably his best chance of winning the race. I think Salo did alright in the Ferrari, didn't he? It's very difficult to step into a car halfway through the season. Just ask Luca Badoer and also Giancarlo Fisichella, who was to stand in for Felipe Massa back in 2009. As Milan there coming out of cops as well. Good stuff indeed then. As now let's go on board then and look at this there as well. Hold your breath then. This is fantastic bit of race as well. As you can see then, as we now come out of the chapel as well, then coming down the back straight. Good stuff indeed then. And look at the speedometer. Look at that. It's just climbing and climbing here from Milan there. He's on basically fumes, isn't he? 205 miles an hour then for breaking down there. Well, more. It's not really a break there. He just touched the brake pedal, didn't he? Going to drop down to 6th gear. Incredible stuff, isn't it? These 8-speed gearboxes. Fantastic, isn't it? As Milan they come through the final corner as well, and let's see, he is fast today. He's done a 24.3 so far. Good stuff indeed. And what about Jonathan, who is second? Jonathan goes second fast when he's 2/10 of a second away at the moment. Jonathan is the most pole positions in ALR history. Granty in third position so far as well. We got Red Bull of Gordo in fourth position there. Total Pease is second fast at the moment. He is 7,000 of a second away at the moment there from Milan, and it's fantastic, isn't it? Two newer members of ALR is battling out for pole position here in the British Grand Prix. Equals a 6. Beasties is 5th as well. And we've got FIFA who's gone into it fast then. Beasties is out of qualifying, and he's had some issues there at turn number 1, I think, or just out of turn number 1. Beasties has had issues, and he is going to be only 5th tonight then. I say only 5th, that's a fantastic return. Is that Tango is invalidated this time then, so we're just watching teammate Nigel coming down the back straight then as well. And you can see then he is trying to get a bit of a slipstream out of Tango. Unfortunately, Tango is invalidated this time then, so this time is not going to be allowed then. He's coming in the pit straight away then. On board Nigel as well, as he's coming into turn at 16 and 17 now then. And the former champion then, let's see what he can do then as well. Out of the final turn then, and he is a 9th fast at the moment, and Nigel is. He's a 10th of a second away from FIFA Beefy in the Mercedes then. Currently the man on pole position is the man who's already had 2 pole positions to his name then, but he can't rest on his laurels, can he? Look at that then, 7,000 of a second separates himself, and Pease in second position. It's great to see him. Jonathan is 2/10 of a second away then in third position. Granty, the champion, in 4th position at the moment, and Beasties out of the race, out of qualifier I should say then. And I'm not sure what happened to Beasties there, but that wasn't good at all, was it? So I'm just on a breath because I think there was a bit of a quiet spell, wasn't it? Of course, there's a long circuit there. We're only going to have, I think, 2 runs, isn't we? Go some place like Austria, for example, we could have had 3 runs there, couldn't we? But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. Grudge had a few wobbles on that lap, didn't he? In the Williams there, he is still very close to it, isn't he? He's about half a second away at the moment. So we've got a couple of wobbles there. I think that there is definitely a chance of moment. Gordo is taking a shortcut back to the pit lane now, as we got Nitro also coming into the pits as well then, with just over 6 minutes to go as well then, here in the British Grand Prix as well. Of course, we've had a lot of fantastic qualifying sessions over the years with Silverstone as well. I think 2012 was good, wasn't it? Fernando Alonso, I think, I'm sure I remember him spinning the wrong way, but didn't he get pole position in 2012? Possibly. Fernando Alonso, I think that was Fernando Alonso's best ever season, wasn't it, in Formula 1? In my opinion, he was just absolutely stellar, wasn't it? It's very similar to to like Jenson Button as well. Who, Button's his best season was actually after he won the championship, isn't it? Same with Fernando Alonso, isn't it? And Kimi Räikkönen, I think his best. He was peak. I think he peaked 2003 and 5, wasn't he? He was fantastic those 2 years for McLaren. He really was, wasn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed. Then Jonathan saying that crash is still in my brain. It's so in Spain now. Yeah, I got to say, Jonathan did mark his landmark 50th race there with a big old smash in qualifying too. He-Class is out of qualifying, so that is the third row. It was unfortunately bowed out at the moment, but they may not be the third row in the next 5 minutes or so, as there is no action out on track as it stands well then. And yeah, we've got 8 cars left in this qualifying session as well. John Finio just mentioning about that major smash he had back in the Spanish Grand Prix, round 6, I think it was. Goodness me, as Darren saying, I bet you can't top that crash. I got to say, I don't think I was going to top that crash. Goodness me, that was a smash and a half, wasn't it? Jonathan definitely did celebrate his 50th Grand Prix start with a good old bang there, didn't he? And that was a bang as well. So we've got 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session as well. Of course, the race is coming up in just a jiffy as well. That'll be round 12 of a 22-round season in ALR as well. Of course, we are gold here tonight. Then we're silver tomorrow. And on Tuesday, it is bronze as well. It's great stuff indeed. There isn't it to have 3 leagues in ALR. I'm really enjoying it, covering all of them. And I hope you guys are enjoying it as well then, as much as me anyway. So Tango unfortunately invalidated his time now, so he's going to have to go out again and have another bite of the cherry in the Mercedes then, as he's just touring out of the pits as well then. Of course, the pit lane's a bit different here than many other races, isn't it? Because, of course, the pit is not ordered in terms of the constructors' positions from the season before, isn't it? It is actually it's actually ordered in terms of, like, favourite teams and things like that, isn't it? So Mercedes, I think, is around the middle there, really, isn't it? It's really a very unusual place, isn't it? Silverstone is in terms of grid boxes and all that kind of jazz, but because it's a very unusual pit exit, isn't it? Abu Dhabi is the most unusual, of course, where you're going under the track there. Silverstone, it feels like you're under the track, don't you? So far down you go. I gotta say, I think that they must have been listening to Flow Rider when they was doing that pit exit there, wasn't it? As they're going very low. Tango at the moment then, he is on an out lap at the moment. We got 2 cars. We got Milan who's out on circuit as well. I wonder if Milan has just topped up his fuel slightly higher. Same with Tango actually, and just perhaps going for 2 bites of the cherry. Perhaps, of course, they might be slower on their opening lap, but they will, of course, have less fuel on their second lap. But the problem with that is that the tyres will not be at optimal working range there. So Tango coming down the back straight as well, as you can see, and lovely shot. I love that shot of the back straight as well. It's brilliant, isn't it? Of course, we had a great shot of I think the season, the first ever silver champion of Glock, didn't we? In our end of season montage, didn't we? At the end of last season, it was great to see indeed from Glock, and of course the first ever silver champion as well. I don't think there's going to be a walk in the park for any of the remaining ending the silver drivers here this season. Isn't it? It's fantastic. We've now got Gurman who's leading silver at the moment. It's so close, isn't it? And the bronze as well, with Velocity, who's now starting to spread his wings, so to speak, isn't he? In bronze so far, doing a cracking job. Velocity is, and he's got his second race win of the season. But it's been about consistency. Velocity got a similar frame rate to what Granty had last season, didn't he? Where Granty just getting podium after podium, didn't he? A good stuff indeed then. So Tango then coming into Brooklands as well then. He can see himself on the big screen, but he's not going to be admiring himself at any stage there. He's coming out of left field as well, and he accelerates now up over the national pit straight as well, or it's anything but a straight, isn't it? And now cut up into Copse Corner as well. We've already mentioned how legendary this corner is. It's brilliant, isn't it? Hold your breath. And this part of the track from Copse Corner all the way down to Chapel is absolutely fantastic. Yellow flags then. We do not need to worry about that. I don't think the cars are all pointing in the right direction there or thereabouts. Tango then coming down the hangar straight now as well, on board there with the T-Cam of the Mercedes. He has gone purple in the second sector. That is very interesting indeed, and he flicks it into Stowe as well, and now he accelerates out then, and now he's got 2 more corners from home then. He doesn't want to come in the pit entry, does he? He's now out of the final turn as well. Let's see what he can do then. He is through in the final turn. Is he going to get in? He's full fast, and he's on the second row of the grid then. The Mercedes says good stuff indeed then. Milano is defending his pole position moment. He's 9400 a second up there. He is so I gotta say, he's he's over the edge, he's in the wall, and Milan is out of qualifying, and that's a big shunt, isn't it? Oh, he's ripped off both left parts of the car there, and he is right into the tyre barrier as well. Yellow flags is fluttering out there. Is that going to cause any issues there for the drivers? And we've only got one driver. We've got 2 drivers out on circuit at the moment then, who's setting a time then, and no one is around that facility. They're all on out laps. Milan there, who's on pole position currently, and unfortunately can't defend himself now. He was less than a tenth of a second up in the middle part of the lap, then he was going quicker, so there is time out there, but unfortunately for Milan, he is out of qualifying on board with FIFA at the moment, and he is in 8th position, and he is the only man now on a fast lap. Then is Tango going to have another bite of the cherry? No, yet he's a second down then. I thought that was Total Pizza also in the gravel as well. It's a difficult circuit. When you get it wrong in a big way, don't you? Just ask Milan there, but he's currently on pole position for the third time this in his career then, on board with FIFA as he's coming through cops as well. Good stuff indeed there for FIFA. And now then, as we come into the part of the lap there, part of the course there, unfortunately, where Milan there got, I think he was around this part here. He's coming out of Chapel there. I wonder if he just got on the curbs there and just spun his rear wheels there, and that rotated the car, and unfortunately into the Armco barrier, or into the tyre barriers I should say then. Less than a 4/10 of a second up in the second sector. FIFA is as well back on board with the McLaren drivers. Great to see both McLarens there in the top 10 then. Of course they're 8th in the constructors moment. Tango has retired from the session at the moment there, hasn't he? He is 4th fastest out, he is the top rookie in this session here tonight. FIFA goes 6th fastest there, and a good return there. Granty there is 9200 second up, and that is not in the ballpark for pole position in the second intermediate split time. No, it is. He's 3/10 of a second up, and that is much better, isn't it? As he flies down there into the Stowe corner as well. On board then with the world champion, and he is coming. He's got 3 corners from home as well. Of course, roles reversed, isn't it, from last weekend there? It was Emerson. It was Granty looking at Emerson. This time it's Emerson looking at Granty. Granty is 3rd fastest then in the Pieces invalidated. That's not good then. Milan is currently on pole position. What about Jonathan then? Can Jonathan there? He comes out of the far. He's a 10th of a second up. Jonathan is 4th fastest in the end then, and displaces at Tango as well. On board with Gordo. We've got Nigel also out on circuit as well. Gordo comes across the line. He is 7th fastest. Good stuff indeed there for Gordo, and he was downplaying his speed then. He's got a bit of a poker face, hasn't he? And Nigel is coming back into the pits as well then, and so that is our grid then for the British Grand Prix. Milan has got a hat-trick of pole positions now in his career. Fantastic stuff indeed there from Milan, and albeit he's unfortunately not on track, is he? Not on track there to celebrate this third pole position there, but he ain't going to care about that, is he? Because he is going to be over the moon there. Fantastic stuff there from Milan, and once again shown that he's got some incredible one-lap pace as well. Can he convert it and get some good points here? Maybe even get a race win as well. Emerson's on for Sasha just as we get going in. Emerson needs to get back in pronto. Milan is on pole position there. Granty messed up at Maggots there, but he was 4/10 up there. Good luck, guys, as well. As Gordo messed up sector 3, could have been 6th fastest, but Gordo's going to be happy with 7 shortly because he's also on the racing line as well then, so he's going to have more traction there. Total P's is 2nd then here tonight, with Granty in 3rd position and Jonathan in 4th. What a starting grid we got for the British Grand Prix. Look at that. And Total P's was 7 fastest or a second away, and that's quite apt, isn't it? Of course, being at the home of James Bond, of course. So we've got to say, Milan's got a license to thrill, hasn't he? And he is on pole position for the 3rd time of his career. Total P's a 2nd. Granty 8700 a second now away, and he did mess up, didn't he? And otherwise he could have been on pole position as well. Jonathan in 4th position, only in 10th back then. Tango, what a debut for him. He's the top debutant, right up in 5th position. Great stuff then. Half a second away is FIFA. Gordo in 7th position. Good stuff. Beastly, the 2nd debutant in 8th. Great stuff. Equals in 9th. Can he convert with points then? And Nigel, the season 1 champion, completes the top 10. Jonathan also saying he went was 3/10 and went wide as well. So it looks like we had a lot of it looks like all the final runs there here tonight. Then it looks like all of them messed up, didn't they? One way or another. Of course, P's invalidated us up. Jonathan was 3/10 up. Granty was a couple of tenths up as well. But unfortunately, they've all had some major issues, haven't they, in the final one? And of course, we also see Milan there having the biggest issue and going into the tyre barrier, didn't he? Coming out of Chapel as well. Big old smash there for Big old splash there from Milan there, but he's going to dust his overalls off and go again. As I think that Darren said that Milan got that crash out of his system now then, so good stuff indeed then. So hopefully he can have a good race as well. This is going to get a good one indeed then. We've got 26 laps around here, haven't we? Around Silverstone. Of course, they used to be the full race distance used to be 60 laps, didn't they? Of course, they reduced it by 8 laps with the new configuration, didn't they? And so we got 26 laps then, because we do 50% of the actual race distance there. Otherwise, I don't think I'll be able to last a full race distance. because I'll be absolutely knackered. I'm usually knackered after qualifying. Right then, here we go then. It's now we're going to go for the grid then, from pole position to the back of the field then as well. That is the tire strategy. Soft out, so whatever way you're going then, it looks like it is going to be a one-stopper then. You remember last season that strategy did win the race then for the front, for the pole, for the podium roster, for the rostrum sitters, didn't they? Unfortunately, Jonathan went the wrong way on strategy there, which really cost him, didn't it? Just on board now then with Milan is the pole sitter then. No hard tires in sight then on the start grid then. FIFA on soft tires for Gordo, for Nigel as well. Sammy and Emerson are on soft tires. Emerson is, I'm not sure if he's back in the session or not yet. And Big Arns there is also on soft tires as well. Caesar, the man who won last time out, is down in 17th position as well. Right then, 26 laps then. Let's go for the grid from front to back then. I've seen a Red Bull there poking out in a very awkward angle there. I hope Gordo's alright then. On pole position for the third time in his career is Milan then. Can he convert? Second position then is Pisa. Can he get his first win? Grant, who has not a win since the Chinese Grand Prix, is in third position. Jonathan in fourth position. The man who's been on pole position 10 times. He's won 2 Grand Prix in his career. Tango, the debutant, is in fifth position. A fantastic debut for Tango. He's looking very strong, isn't he? FIFA Beefy in sixth position there. Once again, very high up the order. Gordo, strong performance in seventh position there. Beastie's in eighth position as well. Ninth is Equals. He needs to get some points on the board then. 10th position is Nigel in the Mercedes as well. Mr. Elite just outside the top 10. He's on fresh medium tires in 11th position then. Fourth in 12th position. 13th is Sam. Emerson is ghosting in 14th position. Hopefully he can take control of the car then, but Emerson once again has got awful bad luck around Silverstone, hasn't he? 15th is Mumford. Mumford there, of course, who had a very strong finish. I think he finished 6th here last season, didn't he? He would have a cracking race if he finishes there again this season. Big Orange making his debut in 16th position, and he's got a lot of overtaking to do if he wants to get some points for the Haas team. And Caesar, he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to replicate get his second win of his career, here in ALR. Right then, here we go then. This is it, 26 laps around the home of motorsport and the British Grand Prix here in Silverstone there. And look at that lovely new development there as we're on board Caesar. That is the new bridge there, which connects the hotel and the pit complex, which I don't think is actually there in real life, is it? Well, it wasn't there when we was racing in Silverstone earlier on the season then. Right then, as the cars have all lined up then, lovely shot from the back of the field then, and great stuff indeed. Emerson's got a fast out of the race as he is flying as normal. And now then, as we are waiting for the revs to come out then, and here we go then. We are going here in British Grand Prix, and it is go! And it's a good start from London. The Red Bull popping up from underneath then, and Big Arns already up, but Tall Peas is taking the lead going into turn 1. There he is, and Milan is gone. There's a Mercedes who's on the wrong way. That's Tango who's gone. Tango who's on the wrong way. FIFA Beefy and Tango have come to blows there, and they have spun off the circuit. Then Nigel's gone as well. Both Mercedes are on a nightmare start here. Oh no, inside Tango there. It's dropped right down to the back as well. Yellow flags is floating in sector 1. Then it's we got all action here, and now we got Gordo. Oh my goodness me, and who is that? That's Mr. Elite. He's flying through the field. He is having a 7th position already as they come down into Brooklands as well, and he is now on the inside of Equals. Equals will have the inside into left field. Lovely stuff indeed there for Mr. Elite. And Sammy also up in the 8th position as well. Goro's had an appalling start. He's dropped back then, and Emerson is back in the session there. He is of course the championship leader. He is flying through. It's a double overtake then on Emerson. Fantastic maneuver there. He's got to go on the inside in this way. He loses it normally, and he is kept along the track this time around then, and he is in 8th position as well. He's got past Sammy as well. Big Orange is up in 10th position as well, and Caesar up to 11th position. The guys on the back of the field have gone up a couple positions already. Yellow flag behind this as well then, as Nigel is touring back to the pit, so he's got major damage there as they're coming down the hangar straight. And Pease is leading. Second position is Milan there. Jonathan is up in the 4th position. He's got past BC. BC's trying to go up the inside there. Jonathan running slightly wide down, but Jonathan has got the position. He's up into 4th position as we come through to complete lap 1 here in the British Grand Prix. 5/10 of a second separates Pease with Milan in 2nd position. Then Emerson is up in the 7th position. He's on the outside of Equals. That's a fantastic maneuver. Big Orange is also through as well. Is he? Let's all go on board. Big Orange. He's had a fantastic opening up there. What a start to his ALR career for Big Orange. He has gone from 16th on the grid up into 9th position already in this race. Gordo in the pits there, having a nightmare start, and a 5-second penalty for Nigel. Then he's having a major issues, isn't he? The Big Orange has gone up and under. Lovely stuff indeed. They're coming out of farm. He is through. He is up into 8th position. Then Big Orange is coming through the field like a hot knife through butter. So is Emerson as well. He's now behind his teammate Mr. Elite. And Emerson on the soft tire. Same with Big Orange as well. They've made those soft tyres work absolutely to perfection. Hard tyres go on the Red Bull car, soft tyres for Favre, and medium tyres for Nigel. So they've gone all different, haven't they? As we're on lap 2 then here at the British Grand Prix, and you can see then Pease is leading, and Granty is keeping them in tow. Jonathan has dropped back by a second, and BC's also dropped behind Jonathan as well by a second as well. Mr. Lee is half a second away at the moment. Just taking a look down the field, and Mumford, who's feeling good, unfortunately didn't have a good qualifying performance there, but he's back up to 11th position as well, just on the fringe of the points then. Caesar then, I got to say he was going to have a very difficult race, and look at this, and it's weaving on the hanger straight as well, as now Caesar going up the inside. He passes Equals, not quite down as Equals, there goes on the outside. He has more purchase there, and he is still in 9th position over there. Caesar wants to get through that. He is getting through. There's a bit of a squeeze there, and oh goodness me, I've got to say, they've got elbows out of these two at the moment, hasn't they? Oh gosh, I know, coming on the outside then, look at that, as Mumford there is now going on the is now up and under as well. Jonathan's got a 3-second penalty. He's going on the outside, not quite then, and back on board then, Mumford as well. This is fantastic battling, isn't it? And got to say then, there's no after you, sir, in this one, is there? Goodness gracious me then. And look at these guys, and look, Sammy is also now in race. Well, DRS has been enabled then, so this is going to get very interesting indeed then as we come down the back straight, the Wellington straight. Emerson is left for session, and Emerson's got major issues there. This is a big blow for Emerson in his championship bid, isn't it? He's always been second in the World Championship, hasn't he? And unfortunately then on this tonight there in the British Grand Prix, it's just not happening for him, is it? And they come out of left field as well, and Equals is struggling on the performance at the moment, isn't he? Incredible stuff indeed. As now as we're coming up to Cop's corner as well, then, and look at this. And Caesar also got his left rear wheel on the grass there. And look at this. He's adjusting these settings as well. Back on board. Then Big Orange there. No on it. And that's Emerson who has got issues as well. I think Ayrton, his brother, has definitely cursed him now, hasn't he? As unfortunately, I think as soon as I read that comment there, and who is that? That's Sammy, who's well off the circuit there, and having some major issues as well. BC has dropped down the order there. Oh, has he? Look at Otto! There's contact. Beastie and Beastie and Mr. Lee have come to blows head, and oh goodness me, and that's not good at all. There's I think Beastie's dropped down behind Mr. Big Orange there as well, who's up into the 7th position as well. Beastie is up into Beastie's down in 7th, but Big Orange is up into 6th position as well. Back to this battle here. I'm really intrigued with this battle. This is fantastic, isn't it? They come across the line then. We're on lap 4 already. This race is flying by, isn't it? And look at this then, and Caesar still stuck behind Equals at the moment then, and this is where you get into a bit of a rut, isn't it? You want to get past the car as quickly as possible, because now Equals knows what Caesar's going to try and do, and all that, what he's going to try and do in his racing lines, and where he's going to try and overtake them. A lot of penalties are popping up already in this race, and we're only on lap 4 here in the British Grand Prix as well. Ayrton saying he's also wearing a James helmet, a star helmet for the British Grand Prix. Yeah, and that's unfortunate, isn't it? And I've got to say, I love that helmet, by the way. That's a fantastic helmet from Emerson, but he's dropped down to third position there, and the man who's leading the championship by 15 points there, and this is not good at all. It's good for us, from us the fans, though, isn't it? As it's really condensing the championship, as Beastie's has got Beastie's had a problem there. Where's it gone then? And he's had a major issue there. Where is he? He's got a safety car. He's gone right off the circuit, and we've got a safety car. Beasties is out of the race then in his first race in ALR. Beasties is out of the race. He's got off at Cop's corner. We was watching him. He had a 3-second penalty, and he just went spiraling off there. Surely he's had big smashes there in the past, haven't he? And we've already mentioned about a couple of other drivers that have gone off in a big way around there, and that is unfortunate, isn't it, for Beasties. He is out of the race there, and he had some pace as well. Is anyone going to come in the pits? Well, Big Orange there, who I got to say have made those soft tyres work to absolute perfection. He comes into the pits. Unfortunately, he's going to have to do all his hard work all over again then, as Tango's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, and now the Haas mechanics are coming. Oh no, then I thought they were the Haas mechanics. There they are. And now then is a Big Orange there. Is now just changing those tyres. He's on the hard tyres. And interesting stuff. BC's left the session there. He's going to be very disappointed there. FIFA is also in the pits as well. Tango, who unfortunately got a drive-through penalty, and hopefully he'll be able to take it the next lap. Well, not hopefully really, because then of course he doesn't get anything whatsoever. BC saying he had a massive snap on the rear end there, and of course he is out of the race there. That was at Cop's corner, wasn't it, for BC? We just missed it off the camera there, didn't we? Unfortunately for BC. And as we've mentioned already, we've had big issues around there, haven't we? Of course, I think it was we've had a lot of cars that go off there, and we I think Trinity though was helped off the circuit there by Coulthard back in 2001, wasn't he? At the start there. As Darren saying, you're such a MO fan, Ayrton. Anyone would think he's your bro. Ayrton saying I'm his number one fan there. Is Ayrton saying stupid internet then, and this is not good at all for Emerson at the moment, but he is in 10th position now. Hopefully he'll come back in the session and in the not too distant future then. So then let's take stock then with Bert Mylander. I think this is this going to be a quick safety car? Possibly. We got just on board there with Nigel as well. Nigel had a horrific start. Both Mercedes up, but Tango is coming to pits again. And we've also got Gordo and Favre also in the pits well. And Total Peas leads this race then. Total Peas then is been flirted with the race win, hasn't he, over the past couple of races? But now he is on. He is now leading this race. And can he get his first race win of his career? Then same with Milan in second position. There, Granty, of course, he is a seasoned veteran. As we've said, 51 race starts for Granty, and sure, he does have the experience. But does he have the pace on this day in history? Same with Jonathan. He has 50. I think he has 55 race starts now, doesn't he? Jonathan does. He is in fourth position at the moment. They are now condensing that. Mr. Elite in fifth position as well. Equals on six as it stands. Caesar from the back of the grid after a nightmare qualifying is up in 7th position, and Mumford in 8th position, Sammy in 9th position, Emerson in 10th position at the moment, but he is still out of the car. And I love that home, by the way, from Emerson, beautiful. 11th position there is Big Arns. He's just going to the pits well. He's the highest of the runners to a pit so far. FIFA is also pitted, then so is Gord, so is Favre, and Tango, who is just serving his drive-through penalty, and he's going to get out in front of his teammate. And it's a long, when you get a drive-through penalty around it really hurts, but luckily it's under the safety car. Both Mercedes, who is in qualifying 3, are now down in, unfortunately, 15th and 16th position. And Nigel does fly through as well, and he is through into 15th position as well, and Tango coming out of the pits as well. You can see there he is rising up then out of the pit exit then. Lovely shot here as we're just watching Bert Mylander, who is leading them around at the moment. And we got a safety car as a Beastie, unfortunately had a big snap on the rear there, and because of that he is out of the race. And Darren saying easy done here, Beastie, bad luck, bro. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Beastie, but I think that overall he's had a strong start to his ALR career, hasn't he? As has all the debutants here tonight. Good stuff indeed. Same with Tango. He's in 16th position at the moment now, but he has been showing some great performance in qualifying, hasn't he? So Beastie and Tango a good addition as well. And Big R, goodness me, he was flying through the field, wasn't he, in the start of this session, and he's got to do a lot of work all over again, but he's now gone to the hard tires. Is he going to be able to go into the hard tires in the race? Is he going to be a factor? We've never seen Big Arms, we've never seen Tango in a race situation before, have we, in ALR? So it'd be interesting to see what kind of pace they've got as well. Of course, single lap pace and long run pace is completely different things, isn't it? Remember that in the past, we've had a lot of drivers who've been very good in single lap performance, and in race pace, they just seem to disappear. Safety cars in this lap then, so we're back racing. Forgot you can serve it under safety car there, so I hope I think I've just helped Tango out there. I'm not big saying, you can serve under safety car. Whoops. Anyway, then it's for now then watching Peas, and he is now the safety car. He has to wait till Bert Mylander comes into the pits as we're down the hangar straight as well. As now then we got 20 laps to go. Look at how much he's condensed these cars up then. Peas, and he's going for his first race win of his career in the racing point as well. When is he going to drop the hammer in? They come out of Stowe as well. Look at them all just climbing over the back of that Pink Panther. We're back racing here in Silverstone. Peas leads. Second position is Milan. Third position is Granty. Jonathan in fourth position. We got Mr. Elite up in the fifth position. Big Arns has got past Emerson already. Emerson is still not in the session, and he needs to get back in as pronto as possible. And look at Caesar. Caesar and Equals. So I've got to say, got a bit of a grudge match. Look in the background there. I think that was when the oh no! As Caesar spinning around there into turn number 1, and that's who's at. That's Mumford off Fitzroy just in front of us. And on cold tires, I think they just didn't have the grip, and both of them have dropped down to the back of the field. I don't think they've got damage. And look at Gordo and Favre. Oh, lovely shot here. Look at this. That's a fantastic shot. Oh my gosh. Wow, incredible stuff there. And Favre usually makes me scream, and goodness me, he always makes me scream on the Sunday. So we come down into Brooklands as well. Just taking a back look at the Caesar's car. He hasn't got no damage. What about Mumford? He has got damage on that front wing from Mumford, and what a shame there. And just watching Total Pizza as he flies out of Cop's court as well. Jonathan's got a 3-second penalty. I'm sure that's his second penalty of the session as well. Big orange there at the moment. We're on board with him in the Haas car at the moment. We got yellow flags. Farf has gone off in the it's the inside of the course there. Oh dear. Farf, where is he? Just take a look for that. Oh goodness gracious me, then that's a big hit. It's a virtual safety car. That's both Ferraris out of the race in 7 laps there. Oh goodness gracious me there. And Farf and BC out of the same part of the course. BC was on the outside, Farf was on the inside. Mumford might be able to get in the pits there and get that nose cone changed. And Farf frustration, I think, now from the Ferrari driver. Did he have a helping hand in getting out there? But I gotta say that it's a very difficult corner, as we've already heard from Beastie. It's very difficult indeed. And we just had another flash of Ferrari out there, didn't we? Virtual safety cars, then, when you have to adhere to the delta time, then, don't you? Of course, so you cannot go over the your time cannot go red. Then, can is we're on board then with Mumford as he is now into the pits. And what a shame for Mumford, because he was feeling confident in qualifying. It's just not going well for him at all, is he? At this moment, then. So I gotta say, Mr. Reed's on a fantastic race so far. Emerson is not back in the session yet. He's down in 13th position. The championship leader is at the moment. We're back racing here in Silverstone. Then Mumford there is quite a way back at the moment. And look at the back right now. There's action all over the show. And now we're just watching. Look at this as Big Orange there. He is gaining now, but not quite at the moment as the Wellington Straight, believe it or not, was too short there for Big Orange there, as he is in 9th position. And he is the I'd say he was the top man to pit, but yet anymore, because FIFA Beefy is now in front of him. And I've missed that. I apologize, guys. There's so much action going on there. I've knocked my headset off twice. I'm just too I'm just too confused about what's going on. I've had some FIFA there getting very squirrely on the outside of Cops. I just got to stick around Cops, don't I? As that is the action zone at the moment there. And Emerson there, unfortunately, he's done more laps than what he normally does around here. But it's a heartbreaking blow for the championship leader, who ain't going to be able to make hay here tonight with trying to extend his lead, because Emerson has decided he doesn't want to join because he doesn't want to jeopardise anyone else's races there, which is very good indeed there for Emerson. Hats off to him indeed. Then he's cursed around here, not sure what I'm going to do with my internet, but come back stronger next week then. And that's a quote from the championship leader. Tango is into the pits then. Tango's in the pits there, but he's got a full wing here. So Tango there, I'm not sure what's going on there for the Mercedes driver, but he is coming back in the pits there. Emerson, 3rd time in a row where he hasn't finished the British Grand Prix then. So I've got to say, drivers shouldn't really have a bogey track, should they? But you've got to say, Emerson's had the worst luck around here in these 3 years he's visited Silverstone. And hopefully he can come back stronger next year, and possibly we might be looking on this race as maybe a race where Emerson possibly should have struck whilst the iron was hot, so to speak. Then on board Big Orange once again, then, who's 3/10 of a second up at the moment. 3/10 of a second away from FIFA Beef at the moment. FIFA Beefy in 8th position. Big Orange in 9th position as well. He goes a bit wide there coming out of left field. He has got the ploy now. You can see that because the bar goes green on the steering wheel there. That is the overtake button. Gap at the front there is 5/10 of a second as well. I feel like I need to go and watch that battle, so we'll keep an eye on that, because look at this, Milan there is very much staying in the same wheel tracks as the race leader. This is going to be fantastic. We're only on lap 9 of course, so anything can happen in this Grand Prix, and it usually does that. As Darren's saying, he's got a drive through, I think, then. Darren there is just confirming that the Tango did have a drive through penalty, and I was speaking absolute rubbish before, which is nothing unusual, really, is it? Just watching then at the moment, then Total P's and Milan have never won a race in ALR so far. Of course, remember last season here in of course, Bronze it was. Forza won his race there, didn't he, for Bronze there? And it was a cracking race as well from Forza. It was a brilliant race, as he was dueling with New Potato for most of that race. Well, I'm sure it was it Gurman or Energetics? There was a third car involved. I'm sure it was. It was a fantastic race, and it really was. And this has been it's been a very much an action fest to start this race. We've still got 16 laps to go. Then we've still got more pit stops to come as well. So this one is far from done at the moment. And it's just on board there in Milan. Then look, there's Granty. He's now outside of the DRS. So is Jonathan, and so is Mr. Elite as well. And Equals 2 seconds back as well. Equals is on a fantastic ding dong now with Big Orange there, and I think that they're going to have some more battling, I think, later on in this race as well. On board then, going over the national pit straight as well then, is just watching Milan then. He is, I'm wondering what is he going to do then. Is he just saving fuel at this stage then? Is he looking after the car, or is he really attacking a Total Piece at the moment then? It's new place, isn't it, for both these two drivers, isn't it, in terms of going for race wins and things like that. Both of them have showed in the past how quick they are. They have never got a race win in ALR, so today could be the day then. As I'm just going back here because I can see see Nigel there is getting very interested in Gordo's position here, and of course he is outside the points at the moment. But I think Caesar, who unfortunately was facing the wrong way at the first corner not too long ago. Look at this, and as we can see, we've got slipstream coming down the hanger straight. Sam has got a 3-second penalty in 7th position, but it's on a much stronger race at the moment. Nigel Gunn on the outside. Oh my goodness me! And he's going to go up and under, then go for the old switcheroo. Lovely shot from the nose cone here, the beautiful black Mercedes then. And now he's coming over the start finish straight as well. Look at these cars. Nigel's the meat in the Red Bull sandwich. Gordo's gone on the inside. Nigel's going to go on the outside, is he? He is on the outside. That's a cracking manoeuvre there for Nigel. Brilliant stuff for the former champion. He has still got it, hasn't he? And of course, if there's any question that Nigel may have lost it, well, that is just answered all his critics, hasn't it? Brilliant stuff from the Season 1 world champion. Absolutely fantastic from Nigel, and really showing that he has still got the desire, hasn't he, in this sport. And it's great to see. He is now battling with Caesar, of course. Another new star in ALR as well. He's gone on the outside, and he is on the outside. Caesar is through. He passes the former champion, and he is up into 10th position, and Nigel dropping down to 11th. And Caesar is on his way. Then, of course, he had major issues in qualifying, didn't he? But he's coming back into this race as well. Sam there is really keeping equals on his toe at the moment, so leaning with Sam there, going through Maggins and Beckett's there as well. Of course, it's just you just get really so involved in this, don't you? Milan there is half a second away at the moment, and when are they going to come in the pits? When is the pit window open? Of course, we have lovely new graphics now, don't we? As we're flying down into Stowe as well, on board then with Sammy. He's done 10 laps on these soft tires. That's a good old innings here for Sammy then. Yellow flagging too because there's a Mercedes off the track. It's Tango. Tango is having a problem there. He's had a 3-second penalty as well. Cops corner, some major issues, isn't it? And Tango there, who is having a very difficult start in ALR, isn't it? As he's spun off Mumford is less than 5 seconds back at the moment, and Emerson out of the race, of course. And look at the 3 cars at the front then. They are starting to really reel each other in then. We got Pease, we got Milan, we got Granty. 3 seconds back is Jonathan as well. He's still in the undercut range, Jonathan is. So I'm wondering if he might think about doing an undercut then. Perhaps, and we'll find out then in the Well, I remember this time last season, Jonathan was in Peter's position there, and the roles are reversed this time around, haven't they? And they come through Cops once again. There's Big Arns there is very interested in FIFA Beefy once again. Back on board then with Big Arns in the Haas as well. Lovely stuff indeed there. So we're coming over the old Grid Hutchins, of course, the old star, which was used for a very long time in Formula 1, wasn't it? Through Cops corner as well, and you can see then he has got momentum, hasn't he, on his side. Good stuff indeed then. Look at this. Sam has got another penalty there. He's going to have a lot of penalties in this race at the moment, Sam is, but I think he's just trying to keep up with Equals at the moment. One of those soft tires now starting to really start to scream, aren't they? And now Big Arns there is on DRS. He is on the gearbox of FIFA. He is going to go up the inside into Stowe. He is through up into 8th position there. Both Haas's in the top 8. Good stuff indeed there for Sammy and Big Arns. And remember, Big Arns is now the highest of the runners there who has pitted then. So is he in the well, he's definitely going to be leading this race as it stands at the moment. And good stuff indeed. And that safety car is very thrown a curveball, hasn't it, for anyone who's on the alternative strategy compared to people who's on the traditional strategy, so to speak then. And into the pits now comes the Haas driver Simon, and he is changing tires. He's on the medium tires now to the end of the race then. Lovely stuff indeed there, like clockwork, isn't it? Not only the cars are fast, the pit crews are fast as well. That's why it's Formula 1 is brilliant, isn't it? As everything is measured down to the minute detail, which is brilliant stuff indeed, isn't it? Back on board Milan at the moment. He was the man on pole position, and he is chasing at the moment. As Murray Walker used to say, it's better to chase than be chased. Then total piece out at the moment. Oh, Milan's got a 3-second penalty there, and unfortunately there we caught it as well there. So unfortunately no escaping there from Milan. But yeah, as Murray could say, it's easier to chase than be chased, isn't it? But I got to say, Pease is handling the pressure sublime at the moment. He's doing a good job there, and I think that Granty is now starting to reel these guys in, isn't he? Granty has got quite a points difference, only the champion compared to Emerson and Cookie at the moment, isn't he? But this is a good day for Granty at the moment now. And I remember last season was about consistency, and we are only on round 12 this season, and we've got an extra Grand Prix to go. And this season is far from done, isn't it? Sammy, though, is because he's now gone the pits, and I think the undercut is quite powerful this time last season, wasn't it? And of course, there he could potentially get out in front of Equal. So maybe Mr. Elite as well. Mr. Elite is a couple of seconds up the road then. So I think that we got to keep an eye on Sam, who is having a very good race today, isn't he? Of course, you see he's 23 seconds away from Gordo, but of course, it's such a long pit in here, isn't it? Very long indeed. Then is back on board there in Grand Simone, and as he is just sees the two men standing in front of him, and his second Grand Prix victory of the season, and this would be his 14th Grand Prix win of his career as well. That's a fantastic accumulation, isn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed, that, and really good stuff then. But of course he's only had one win this season, Grand Yards, at the moment. I think that's the lowest return he's had in all his seasons in the ALR so far. He was a king on 2019 Formula 1, isn't it? 2020 he's finding it a bit more difficult, isn't he? But he is still in the running though, isn't he? Grant, he is. And there's days like today where anything could go, anywhere anything can happen, and it could really divert the championship path, can it? With Emerson having issues there, and a Cookie also having a couple of issues as well. It is really helping. It's really helping Granty that might be able to sneak back in there. And remember the 2007 World Championship where Kimi Räikkönen snuck in and took it for underneath the nose of Hamilton and Alonso. So that could definitely happen here this season as well. So it's not over till it's over, is it? So just watching at Caesar now coming into Stowe as well. FIFA Beefy doing a bit of horsing there, we can tell, because the red light is flashing there. Sam's got another 3-second penalty. I'm sure that's now 9 seconds worth of penalty there for Sam. And look at how dirty that Red Bull front wing is. Remember, these cars are polished, aren't they? Every time they're in the garage, basically, isn't it? But that just shows the debris and all the kinds of stuff and muck that is out there on circuit, isn't it? It's incredible as what was picked up then. FIFA Beefy there is now feeling the pressure as well. Look at Big Orange now. He's underneath the rear wing of Equals. Big Orange has got some pace out there at the moment, isn't he? And I've got to say, he potentially could and should be leading this race not in the not too distant future. And let's just take a look at the graphic, shall we? As we're just having a bit of a lull at the moment. In the terms of the leaders, well, I'm saying on a bit of a lull, but Caesar's right up the gearbox of FIFA at the moment. And look at this, and the gaps then is between Arns and Total Peace is only 12 seconds there as well. So this is going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? In the not too distant future then. So bear with us, guys. This is going to be good stuff, isn't it? As we fly into Copse Corner once again. Now on board, Caesar's had a challenging start to this British Grand Prix, hasn't it? I say challenging start. We're almost halfway. Well, we're over halfway through this race as well. Great to have you all along here for the ride here tonight as well. Great stuff indeed then. Is I just look up and there's like a load of people watching. Goodness me, there. I've got to wash my tongue now, haven't I? Into the pits. There comes Total Peace and Granty Milan Estate now. Caesar's up the inside. He passes FIFA, and he is now on his way then as well. This is going to get very feisty indeed. This is going to be incredible. It's going to be hot towards the end of this race. Well, and of course, it's very unusually very hot here in Silverstone, isn't it? Now Pease hasn't even been serviced yet. No one's Granty then. Now they have been serviced, and both cars are being serviced. And now then, but look at Big Orange, how much he's got. 10 laps so on these hard tires, and there's Big Orange on his debut. Can he win this race win the race on his debut? Fantastic stuff here for Big Orange there, and that has been absolutely a mega 70 then. But Milan is out there. He's gone an extra lap then, so the undercut. Well, let's see how big the undercut is. Jonathan's also just coming out of the pits. Well, they're 9th, 10th, and 11th then at the inside. Big Orange says he's up into third position. He is on the podium then. Big Orange is in car number 9 then. Fantastic performance here from Big Orange. My goodness me. And I've been talking about yellow flag. Oh, Sam is gone. Sam is gone then. And it's a big smash. It's a big smash in turn 1. Sam, who was having I think he was having a good race, wasn't he? We're on board with Mumford then. And oh dear, oh dear. Oh, it's in turn 1 then, of course. There's been a lot of casualties at Copse and at turn 1 here tonight, hasn't it? Unfortunately, though, turn 1 hasn't claimed that many victims yet, has it? We've just had a couple of near scrapes and misses. Unfortunately, though, that is Sammy out of the race as well. The car is still dead. Now then, Milan, and can he take this as advantage? And of course, when the first safety car is out there, and of course, you have to adhere to that delta. When you're in the pits, you do not have to. And I think that Mr. Elite and Milan there. Mr. Elite is staying out there. Interesting stuff then. So then, let's see where Milan's going to come out. The virtual safety car should be ended in the not too distant future. Let's see if he's going to reap the full rewards. And Equals has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And you're just watching Milan there, coming in the pit side. They're changing tyres on the soft tyres, and the Alfa Romeo is he's in and out, shaking all about. Lovely stuff indeed there. I wonder if Mr. Elite should have come in on that lap then, as DRS has been enabled. Then we're back racing. FIFA is now up in the 4th position there. Where is Caesar? Caesar's in the pits then, so Caesar in the pits as well. Excuse me. Oh gosh, just ignore me. And look, Milan is out then. So Milan is out then. Of course, going long there with that virtual safety car. That has paid off handsomely for Milan. And he takes the lead of the British Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff there from Milan. Oh, wow. It's all fallen into place. Peas and Grant are going to be shocked with that revelation. Jonathan in 8th position. Caesar in 9th position. And Equals in 10th position. A strong drive for Equals. Tango in 11th position. Well, now he's had an adventure, but he's still got some pace, hasn't he? Yeah, Mr. Elite leads the race then with Big Arms in 2nd position as well, with FIFA in 3rd position and Gordo in 4th, and FIFA is gone wide down. It's got a 3-second penalty then. And now the question I've got then is the hard tyre run. It's going to come in. Are they going to stay out there? Big Arms, FIFA and Gordo then on similar strategies. And this race is up in the air. I absolutely love it. This is fantastic, isn't it? Really good stuff indeed. Then this is going to be a brilliant time. This is going to be a brilliant race, isn't it? And Mr. Elite is staying out then. He is really committed to this at the moment, isn't he? He's going to be losing time to the guys behind him. Oh, it's sound they're very disappointed there. Brooke Gorilla, apologies guys, I've really been ignoring it. Jonathan's got a 3-second penalty as well in 8th position in the McLaren. Yeah, good. Broke Grilla saying, evening Sean, I hope you're okay. Good luck with all the drivers and Granty for the win there from Broke Grilla. Good stuff indeed. At the moment, Granty is down in 7th position and anything can happen now with 8 laps to go here in Silverstone. I have no idea who's going to win. Darren is saying Sam's a collector of penalty. Nothing collector of penalty said. Sam saying every time I get a good race it's ruined there. As unfortunately Sam out of the race there as well. As Darren also confirmed that Sam had a fantastic race up until that point, didn't he? So it's such a shame now for Sam, it really is then. Thank you all for joining us as well tonight. It's been brilliant stuff indeed. I've been loving your contributions in the comments. I've also been loving the fact that you all are intrigued with what is going on here in Silverstone, and I'm sure you're all intrigued of what is going to happen, because we have no earthly idea of who's going to win at the moment, unless we've got a Mystic Meg in the comment section, and really, which would be absolutely good stuff, where you can enlighten me as well. But I'll actually personal message me, DM me, because I want to sound smarter than what I actually am. So at the moment, Milan then coming in the pits, so that is why he's taking over from Pete, and because he came in under the virtual safety car, and because in the pit lane you're not bound by the virtual safety car delta, you're only bound by the pit-in speed limiter, and that is quicker, isn't it? Of course, there are some elements because you have to decrease your speed by 40%. Into the pits there comes Mr. Elite. Then he has done it 2 laps longer than the rest of Milan there. I wonder if he should have come in the pits possibly a lap or 2 earlier, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Strategy is appalling for me. So Big Orange is now, I gotta say, he is leading the race then with just 7 laps to go. FIFA's in 2nd. Gordo is in 3rd position as well. Oh, brilliant stuff indeed there as Emerson's that car out of the race then. Milan there, he is 6 seconds away at the moment then with just 6 laps to go. This is going to be fantastic. Look at Peas. Peas is flying out there at the moment as Mr. Elite is coming out of the pits now as well. I might be wrong actually, because Mr. Elite is still going to be well within the top 10 here, isn't he? He comes out of the pits now in 6th position, Mr. Elite does, and I think he's having the strongest season of his career, isn't he? Look at this then as well. So Gordo is now being reeled in quite quickly. Hand over fist then as they are on the harder tires. They're going longer in this race, isn't he? As Caesar is now right on the tail of Mr. Elite as well. It's 4 tenths per second, it's 3 tenths per second, it's 2 tenths per second. There he is then, but it's not long enough down the Wellington straight at the moment, is it? And Equals in 10th position, but he's dropping back slightly now. So, as I'm taking a breath, gosh, it's been an absolutely world of a race, hasn't it? I've enjoyed this one. This has been one of the best so far, hasn't it, in gold there? And we have had some cracking races over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I got to say. It's been really good, really got to say, pristine driving, hasn't it? There's been a couple of incidents here tonight, with Beastie and Favre both retired, and Sam, unfortunately, retiring as well. But I don't think there's been any major incidents, has there? As, unfortunately, it's a tough race, this is, isn't it, where you'll get very loosey-goosey, don't you, on the old rear end there. as we're just watching Caesar now. He is gaining. Where's he going to go? He's going to go on the inside. Oh, it was so close there, wasn't it? Milan is all over the back of Gordo now. Gordo is on course there for his first podium there, but I've got to say he's going to have an incredible race to stay there, isn't he? It really is indeed. That is Gordo is now getting really pinched there, and Milan there is nose at Pease there is also right on his tail as well. This is a fantastic race. This is the lap 20 out of 26 then, as Caesar then is not good. I don't think he might get him down the Wellington Straight there, which is where he's joined Milan. Milan is back up in the third position as well. Where is the gap at the front then? The gap at the front is 6 seconds there or thereabouts, maybe 7 actually. If I could ever do maths, that'll be a miracle, wouldn't it? But there it is, and Milan is now then, and look at this, he's homing in there as well. Big Orange then is leading this race, and he's having a fantastic debut as well. Tango is outside the points at the moment, as is Nigel as well. Jonathan's got another penalty. I think Jonathan might be tumbling down the order. He might struggle to stay in the points at this rate then for Jonathan, which would be such a shame there for the British-Italian driver as well then. And just on board then with Caesar at the moment then, as he is of course the winner last time. We're going to have 2 new race winners in the matter of 2 weeks. Fantastic, isn't it? Caesar driving car 13, very unlucky for him today, wasn't it? And look at this, that is Toll Pease there. Is he going to be able to get him into Stowe? Of course, that is Gordo, who is in 4th position. This is his strongest performance of his career in ALR so far. And look at this, as Toll Pease is going to go on the inside there. He's got so much more braking, hasn't he? Ability than the Red Bull. Lovely shot here from the Red Bull as well. Caesar is also passed Mr. Elite. He is up into 8th position as well. Good somebody down saying that this is going to be this last lap is going to be good then. Samuel's very disappointed now as well, because he was in front of a Big Orange on the fresher tyres as well, so that's a shame there for Sam, wasn't it? Is Sam, especially with what's unfolded there for Sam on board then with Peace, and he's now within DRS range of Milan then, isn't he? Coming down the Wellington Straight again then, and look at Gordo in the background as well. Granty is now homing in as well. Granty doesn't seem to have any answer to these 2 guys in front then. Milan, as Caesar's got a 3-second penalty as well for his troubles there, as Mr. Elite then is getting very close to the back of Caesar at the moment. Mr. Elite then has got newer tyres, hasn't it? He has 3-lap newer tyres, and look at this, as Caesar has gone very wide then, and Mr. Elite there is really giving him something to think about, isn't it? And look at this, and Mr. Elite all over the back of the Red Bull, isn't it? This is incredible this season. It's been last season. It was last race. It was of course Caesar who was winning the race. This time this season this race I should say, we got Big Orange who's leading the race by 3.5 seconds from FIFA in second, and Milan then for his third podium then, third pole position there is in third position, but with Pease in 4th position as well, and Caesar is battling with 8th position, but with Mr. Elite. It's incredible stuff, isn't it? LH44 saying Milan is chasing Big Orange down as well. He is, isn't he? Look at this, and he's got 5 seconds then between himself and Big Orange. 4 laps to go. This is going to be fantastic, and I might start to get very high pitched then come the end of this race as well. 13 cars remain out of the 17 that started then, and I got to say it's been about quality rather than quantity here tonight. It's been brilliant, hasn't it? I've loved this race from start to finish, well, from start to now anyway. It's a Milan has got a 3-second penalty as well for clipping the curves then, as now we're coming down the Wellington Straight as well. Look, here on board of Pease then, he seems to have the pace at the moment then, out of these top 5, these top 6 fighting positions at the moment. There you see a glimpse of that McLaren. There it is. FIFA Beefy having a fantastic race, isn't he? FIFA is just so good, isn't he, in terms of strategy? He really is there. And of course we've seen in the past there where he just rolls the dice on strategy and gets second position, like he did in the Brazilian Grand Prix in silver last season. And once again there, FIFA is showing some expert hands, isn't he? Goodness me, I think he'd be a fantastic poker player. Got Granted there, who is also giving Gordo run for his money as well as we come through Maggots and Beckett's now into Chapel as well for the Williams driver then, and he is now on the back straight, and Milan is now, he has to get by FIFA as quickly as possible. Milan does. Look at this, that is Gordo is just trying to break the slipstream, but as a guarantee, he hasn't got past Gordo yet, and Gordo is not going to let him through, is he? That easy, because Gordo is fighting for position. Of course he's done 20 laps on those hard tyres, and he's and of course it's a brilliant performance, and Mr. Lee is back in front of Caesar as well, and those are fresher tyres by 2 laps there. Might be the might be the dividends here at the moment. Yellow flag. We got a Williams as Mumford off the track. As Caesar's on the outside of manoeuvre and a half there from the Red Bull driver. Brilliant 70 there. Caesar is back into 8th position. Fantastic manoeuvre then. Well, so Mumford there is touring back to the garage as well. And what's happening here as they go into turn 1 there? Not a lot there at the moment. I say not a lot, but there is a lot going on out there, isn't there? We got 4 laps to go. Look at the background. So we got a safety car. Mumford's out of the way. So we got a safety car with 4 laps to go. Oh my goodness gracious me. And well, that's taking a bit of the sting of the tail out, hasn't it? Mumford out of the race. He's on the back hanger straight there. And I got to say, the safety car might be a quick one coming and come out then. Diggers to say, come on, equals. Time to grab some time to grab some points. And Mumford is left for session. We're down to 12 cars then. Is anyone going to roll the dice and come into the pit? So it's going to be quite a quick safety car. We're going to have very much a sprint finish as well. While the front two going to do big irons there, it's going to be very disappointed with that, as is FIFA and as is Gordo as well. Of course, they're on the Hoda hard tyres there. And yeah, I think that they would have got some major points here tonight as well. So the safety car is coming out then, waiting on the Wellington straight then, and that's a big blow, isn't it? So what is Big Orange going to do then? He's going to stay out. He's going to come in the pits then. He's pulled his eggs into one basket here. FIFA is coming into the pits then. So FIFA is in the pits there, and yeah, that's such a shame there, isn't it? As Darren saying, no way, one lap dash there. No, as LH44 is the race has been ruined majorly for Big Orange. What a shame for Big Orange there. FIFA there has rolled the dice. He's coming to the pits then, as he felt he would have had no defence on those 18 lap Oda hard tyres. And Gordo is his 4th position there, but I'm wondering how long the safety car is going to stay out for. I don't think it's going to stay out for too long, but is anyone going to go? I wonder if the 2 Mercedes go come in. Yeah, well, Tango is in the pits now, and can Tango, after a very difficult race there, maybe he might be able to salvage some points there. We've also got Nigel, who is staying out though. Nigel is staying out then onto the on the medium tyres then as well. 3-second penalty for equals. Anyone who's got penalties then it's going to be tumbling down the order. So as I thought, it's in Milan there spinning off there. So then this is going to be interesting. Then Big Orange, Milan, Topes. All 3 of these men have never won a race in ALR, have they? And they're all going for the battle. Then we got Gordo in 4th position now, and we got 5th for Grant. He's the highest man to have won a race in ALR, but I don't. But so Grant could sneak in there as well. Tango coming on the pits as well, then so he is out in 12th position now. He's got a very long way to catch up as well. But I think the safety car might be out for. Well, let's see if he's out for one more lap or not. Then so Tango coming out of the pits as well. Then, down to 13 cars. That is, we're on board now with Big Orange then. And Darren is saying so good for Arns and Beefy. Yeah, what a shame. And Gordo as well. They've been fantastic, haven't they? They've gone on for a longer strategy and have really made this strategy work to absolute perfection now. But this is not the safety car is in this other. Tango is not going to be able to get. He's going to have to really he's going to have to be really under race pace, isn't he? Tango is, and I think that he's going to be too far back though, isn't he? But we'll soon find out then as he is really blitzing it up on the old national pit straight now then, as we've got 25 and 26 to go then. We've got just 2 laps, and Big Orange, who's been fantastic, he's done 18 laps on these tyres. Gordo has done 21 laps on these tyres as well. Goodness me, then he is going to have to fight, isn't he? This is Orange's first race and he is leading there. Oh goodness me, debut equal Jacques Villeneuve back in 96 then. I'm not sure what's going on here then. Let's look at this then. Mr. Elite then is I wonder if he went too early, possibly. It's coming back here then, and look at this. Milan then needs to get through as quickly as possible then with Tall Pisa, and he's on the outside then, and look at this, and a Big Orange there, and an opposite armful of opposite lock there as well, going into turn 1, on board there with Pease. He's on the outside, and he is through. What a shame for Big Orange there as well. I know, who is that then? As someone I think was going a bit off the track there. And look at all these cars down there, down for position. There's debris off one of the McLarens as well. I think it was Jonathan there. They're coming, no DRSM for the remainder of this race, so it's going to be old school, isn't it? Look at these cars, and then who is this? And that's Caesar, and Equals once again. Oh, and what's in contact? I'm not sure, but Equals is in 8th position. Caesar in 9th position. There's debris off the Red Bull. There's debris gone off the Red Bull. Nigel is trying to go up the inside as well. We've got Tango who's now in earshot as well. Oh, as look at FIFA and Caesar then is having a nightmare race now as he's dropping down the order in the Red Bull. He's out of the points there. What a shame. Look how dull it's got as well. I think we might even have a sprinkle of rain there to really end this race on a high now. And look at this. Gordo is still in a fantastic 4th position. He's doing a cracking job out there, Gordo. It's amazing stuff there. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And absolutely brilliant stuff from Gordo. He has kept Granty at arm's length for this stage, and there is Alfa Romeo going to the inside there as well. Nigel's past FIFA's wheels. FIFA then, who is up is very high as well. He's unfortunately having to drop down the order. He's down in 10th position then. And the McLaren then. And Caesar is coming to the pits as well. So, now we got Tango, who is only going to be a position away then. Final lap then. Caesar is out of the race, and final lap then of the of this British Grand Prix. And look at these guys, and Big Orange is still in 3rd position. Jonathan is all over the back of Mr. Elite. And look, there he is, and they're all starting to Constantine up now. And look at this. Oh, he's on the inside. Jonathan is. Mr. Elite is on the outside. Jonathan is on older, softer tyres. And Mr. Elite is on the newer tyres. And he's got on the outside. Mr. Elite has also got a 3-second penalty. They come down Hanger Street as well. Who has got the top line speed then? Going on the outside then into Brooklands. Mr. Lewis hanging on the outside. And Dolphins got the outside into Lovefield. Look at this incredible side-by-side action for Alonso and Vettel-esque there from 2014. Fantastic stuff, Ben. And look at this then. Granty is still behind Gordo. He's going to go to the inside. Oh, goodness me. And oh, there's a bit of contact on the outside as well. Incredible stuff indeed then. And we're just a couple of corners away from him. Who is going to win the British Grand Prix? Oh, fantastic stuff indeed then. Look at this, and I'm going to come back to here as well. Oh, we'll be keeping an eye on that. Look at the background. Gordo is trying to break the slipstream from Granty, who is right up his gearbox there. And now Pease and Milan there on the final couple of corners then. And who is it going to win the race then? Milan they're coming out of the final turn and out of 18. And now he crosses the line first. Milan wins the Grand Prix. Pease wins the British Grand Prix. Arns in second, Milan in third. 4th position was Granty. And oh, there's contact at the end there. Granty in 4th position. I don't know what happened in the end there. What an incredible race there. And Granty finished 4th there. Oh, goodness me. But he's off the podium. And Big Arns there on his debut has got a podium and possibly should have got the win as well. What an incredible race that was. That was absolutely fantastic. Digger said a very exciting finishing laps there. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Oh, and look at Pease there. That's his first race win of his career in ALR. And goodness me, there he possibly could have won last time, but he has done it this time. He has won the British Grand Prix. Oh my goodness me. And Equal saying thanks for everyone for racing there. That was intense. It really was there, wasn't it? And Equals, that was said. Crash with Granty on the line now between Gordo as well. Let's take a final look at the classification then from the British Grand Prix. Total Pease there won his first race of his career. What a race win indeed there. You can't get any more exciting than that. Big Arns in second position there from 16th to 2nd. What a drive and possibly was robbed there of maybe even going for a win there. Milan in 3rd position in the end then as this is a bit unlucky there. Granty in 4th position there. Mr. Elite in 5th. Gordo with best performance in 6th position. Tango's got up to 7th. Fantastic stuff. How do you get there? Jonathan 8th. Nigel in 9th position. Equals is in at 10th position. And just outside the points is FIFA. Retirement is Caesars, Emerson, Mumford, Sam, Farf and Beasties. Unfortunately all retired from this incredible British Grand Prix. I know, just taking a look as well. Darren saying, great end to the race. I'm knackered there. Oh boy, gosh, I'm going to be sleeping well tonight there. And Digger saying, well done, 8th position there. And Gordo saying, screwed, and he was a bit disappointed there with the safety car as well. I've been joined in the gantry now by Total Pease and by Granty, and I think someone else joined me as well, but I wasn't looking. So we'll have a look at that. We'll have a look, see who else is in here in just a few moments. Total Pease, what a race performance there. Possibly you should have won last week, but today you have won it today. Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was all gone because of the VSC. Me and Granty both pitted, and then VSC came out, gave Milan a 3-second lead, but I managed to claw that lead back because I knew he had a penalty as well, so I didn't really push him in those last few laps. But yeah, I just sat within 3 seconds, and I knew if as long as I was behind him inside 3 seconds, I'd get the win.
Absolutely fantastic stuff, really is. And how does it feel to be a Grand Prix winner?
Great. I think it's been coming for a while. Well, the last race, this race I could have won, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I got to say, you've been, I think I was saying in commentary, you've been flirting with that race win for a number of races, actually. Spain, it was one that come to mind as well, and the Dutch Grand Prix, actually. But here today, you really got it all summed up in very nicely done indeed then. What's your aims then for the final, for the second half of the season?
Get as many points. I think the top three, Granty, Emerson, Cookie, they're clear. I don't think I can catch them, so I think it's just battle for fourth.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. Well done, Pete. And what a race to win there. I've got to say, I'm still buzzing after that one. I don't know how you're feeling. Let's come to Milan there. Milan, you got your third third pole position again, and today you got your second podium as well. But do you feel that the penalty cost you today? It seems like it did.
Even if I didn't got a penalty, Peace would have won it. So it was just too fast for me. No pace. Not happy at all.
Are you just disappointed with the pace, or is it with other elements of the race?
Just disappointed with the pace. I was nowhere at the pace, so yeah. That's it.
Next race is Hungary. How are you feeling for Hungary?
Not good at all.
Oh, no, I was hoping that'll be a bit of a positive. But you've had 3 pole positions this season. You are definitely becoming a one-lap specialist. So I've got to say, that's impressive. Your qualifying has been amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it is. It was close, but yeah, third pole.
Fantastic stuff. And I've got to say, I think your race there was fantastic. And let's come to Granty, who finished 4th at the end there. But got to say, Granty, you was just mirroring the front two. Do you feel that you're disappointed with 4th position today, or do you think that's points gained?
I feel like points has been gained. I felt like I could have got a bit more. I tried staying with the boys with the softs, but I had some guy on hards battling the hell out of me. So fair play to the guy. He had penalties, and I don't know why he was doing it, but yeah, it is on track. And Total Piece had a amazing pace today. Even when I come out of the pits with him, he was gone. Milan, I felt like I could have had a chance. He had a penalty. That was really the only person I was sort of going for this race. After when Peace took the lead.
In terms of the championship stead, then you've gained a couple more points there on the front two, so the gap is now down. Then, what do you feel for the second half of the season? Are you more confident with the races coming up?
Yeah, obviously there's a few good races that I've done well last season. Hopefully I can do it again this season. I mean, everyone's got a bit more better pace, as proven. So yeah, it's all hit and hope at the moment. But yeah, points is definitely on the table for each race, and just hopefully I can just close the gap in race after race. I was a bit unlucky with Emerson today leaving and that, obviously connection issues. I felt like he could have got more points today. He looked good in qualifying, so yeah, unlucky for him.
Brilliant stuff indeed. Well done, Granty, and well done to all the guys there. And also a big shout out to Arns, who got driver of the day from 16th to 2nd as well. Brilliant stuff indeed there from the day we saw. Of course, as we've already mentioned, the Hungarian Grand Prix is the next time that these guys are going to be in action, so that's going to be a technical, twisty dust ball of a circle, isn't it? Tomorrow night it is Silver's turn for well, can they live up to that race? Goodness me, they got a lot to answer for, aren't they, tomorrow? But let's see if they can do it. And the same with Bronze as well. Tuesday night at 7:30 UK time for both of them. Join me tomorrow night. We've got some more ALR action. Goodbye.